All right, my gosh. Once again, I don't even know how to describe or explain this. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. Like, I've got to change everything that I do now that I went back to streaming on Restream and dual streaming because YouTube decided to just delete everything that I ever had set in my Streamlabs. I'm so sorry because now I have to relearn everything. So that's what made me 7 minutes late today. I started the stream, then there was no actual stream set up on my Restream. What else did I do? I did not put the number on there or the thing on there. I didn't do that. Justin with the 3.
Going, would you ever be willing to do a Pokemon Champions rematch in the future where if you win I'll give you a shiny Dratini? Also, Yoshi in the book looks so fun and charming.
Yeah, I'll definitely do more Pokemon Champions in the future. You don't have to give me a shiny Dratini though. If I win, I appreciate it. If you do, but you don't have to give me anything if I win, and I'll probably lose. I'm terrible at Pokemon Champions. Like I'm actually terrible at the game. Like I think I lost like I think I lost like 5 or 6 in a row recently. So I mean, I'm getting cooked. But yeah, Justin, absolutely. We're gonna play we're gonna play again in the future. We're definitely gonna play again in the future. And yeah, if I can win a shiny Dratini, that'd be awesome. That would definitely be awesome. I kind of just want there to be more items and more Pokemon, like certain Pokemon, like that I can import from Pokemon Home. I just kind of want a few more. But from what they're doing so far, it's actually pretty good. Like I'm happy with with the base thing. Like the base thing's pretty good already. It's just I'm just running across a lot of the same Pokemon over and over and over again. So I just think that definitely need to add more Pokemon to the mix, get a bit more variety into the mix, and that would be good. For sure. But thank you, Justin, with the big 3. Starting out the combo breaks. Let's go. I appreciate that. We got our full extensions today, guys. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If we get to everything, we will have up to 3 hours extended here. So thank you guys so much for your support. Like always, we got a lot to cover today, man. Welcome to the... Hold up, we got to start with... What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome to the PE live stream. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Shout out to Justin once again, starting it out. 12 more combos, and we've got the first 15-minute extension. I've got my water ready to go. I've got my stuff ready to talk. I've got my topics ready to talk about. So it should be good. Today should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to it. So it does say that I'm streaming on Twitch, but my Twitch doesn't actually show that I'm streaming, that I'm live, which is interesting. Let me see if I refresh the stream. Oh, no, never mind. It does say that. Okay, cool. I thought for a second it wasn't going to say that. All right, pop out chat. All right, there we go. So let's see here. Yes, we back. What's up, Bunka? Welcome. We out here. Shout outs to the Twitch boys and girls. Shout outs to you. If you guys have Twitch, Amazon Prime, hit your boy up with the Twitch sub Prime. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's get into shout outs here. So if you're in the chat, make sure you say what up. And I'll say hi to all my lovely people here. Dior, what's up, Dior? Welcome. General Zamora is here. What's up, General Zamora? Welcome. Who else? Party Man. What's up, Party Man? Man that loves the party. Kevin. EP. What up, Kevin? Let's see here. Dane Gonzalez. Bead Queen. What's up, Bead Queen? Welcome. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Broads Gamer. What's up, Broads Gamer? Johnny. What is good, guys? Welcome. Shout out to all the homies rolling through, man. You guys are rolling deep. Oh, I gotta read this comment before I get into this dono. Shout outs to Chris, but I gotta read this comment from B Queen. B Queen says, Party Man, I added you to my Tomodachi Island, and you have a crush on Peach, getting ready to make your move. You became friends talking about Mario. Is this like real life? Are you sure this is not real life? Are you sure it's not real life, B Queen? That sounds like Party Man IRL. Shout outs to Chris the Shriner Dog with the $5 dono. Says, roll the credits on Pocopia today. Now I'm back to FF7 Remake Switch 2. Yo, let's go. That is awesome, man. Glad to see people enjoying a lot of different variety of games on the Switch 2 system. Chris the Shriner Dog, how's everything going? I know you driving around the U.S. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're staying healthy and safe, my boy. Thank you so much to Chris the Shriner Dog with that $4.99. You are now the new Okagen Stream Ninja. Anybody does 5 more, you can hit up my man Chris the Shriner Dog. Thank you for the support. Like always, Chris, you've been supporting for a long time, man. And I appreciate you for it, dude. I appreciate you for it. Let go. Chris. I'm usually going to get a copyright on this, but I don't care. I'll just scrub it later. Big love, though. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, I finished Xenoblade, so now I'm just trying to get my review ready. And I've been playing Pokemon Champions. I think I'm going to go back to Trails in the Sky. I think I'm going to go back to that. What's up, Egomaniac? What's good? Welcome. What is up, Dan Dips? Yo, Big Dan in the house. Rags the richest. What's up, man? Corey is here. Muhammad says, I doubt you play games. Muhammad, you come here, throw an insult, I say, let's talk about it, and then you run away every single time. So I'm just going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to time this account. I'm actually going to, I'm thinking about should I ban or should I time? I'm not sure because you're a fraud. We talked about this last time. You can't come to my stream at the beginning, throw an insult and say, I don't play anything. I said, pull up. Let's talk about our games. Let's discuss. Let's go over our year in review. Let's show your PSN or show your, and then you run away. So I'm going to give, listen, I guess I'll give you 3 strikes. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to share your PSN or share your accounts, and we can go over the games that we play and all that. So I'll give you one more chance, okay? If I see your crusty avatar, your crusty self in here again, talking smack, but then running away from the smoke, I'm just going to ban you outright. You're going to have to come here on sock accounts, and I'll ban the other sock accounts that you have too. So, like, there's your second warning. But you a weirdo, bruh. You a weirdo. So I'll give you one more chance. Anyway, thanks for coming out to the stream today. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Party Man. Yo, what's up, Party Man? See, I'm a true Peach fan. You are a true Peach fan. What's good? About to roll the credits on Mouse PI. Then got to finish up Pragmata. April has been quite generous to us. There's still more bangers dropping next week. Yes, sir. Still more stuff. Aya Thunderis here. What's up, Aya Thunder? OJ Soon. I'm trying to be a lenient king. I'm trying to be a lenient one, man. I'm trying to be nice. But like this dude came here, I think it was like last month or a few weeks ago, and did the same thing. I said, well, pull up. Let's talk about our games. Let's see who's the bigger gamer here. Let's talk about who's played more, who's played what. You know, because right now I got 200 something hours in Xenoblade Chronicles X. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got factually 200 hours in the game. So it's like, you want to pull up and talk about video games and who plays and whatnot, feel free. Let's do it. So yeah, it's weird. But anyway, strike number 2. Third one, I'll just ban you. Like I said, this is my job. You doing this for free. All right, let's see here. The one thing I'm loving about Switch 2 is I can play my old Switch games on it with better performance, and it actually plays Age of Calamity, Phoenix Rising, Decay of Lagos, all around like trash. That's true. So all around like trash. Just don't know why anyone would throw shade. OJ, one of the best gaming channels. No, I know why people would throw shade. 1, I talk a lot. Number 2, obviously I cover Nintendo, so some people don't like Nintendo, so they get mad at that. And those are probably the 2 reasons why. Like I talk a lot. I can be seen as maybe arrogant or cocky or loudmouth, and that's fine. I run an entertainment channel too, so I have no problem with that. But also I cover Nintendo, so people say, oh, Nintendo fanboy and all this other stuff, right? Or people say, oh, shill or all that. Can't prove it, don't want to come talk to me about it, and whenever they do come talk about it, they get absolutely crushed. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can still clip what I say out of context, or you can still clip it and try to run a narrative. But IRL or in person, everyone's like, yo, OJ's cool, man. Like, I got no problem with him, you know, he's dope. And we can talk about everything. We can talk about all sorts of games. And he's normal, you know, so it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I like my channel. I like that you like my channel, so I appreciate it. Like I said, normal gamers have no problem. Like schizos, yes. If you're a schizo, if you're like a Steam Deck schizo or you're like a PC schizo, you probably hate the channel. Like if you're a PC schizo, you hate the channel probably, you know? And like you don't know me personally, or like you're not like a friend of mine, or like I said, if you're like a schizo, not a PC gamer, not a you know, not a real gamer, but like a schizo. Like there's a difference between schizo and regular gamer, or passionate gamer, or just fan of X, Y, or Z. Schizos are like, they're terminally online, finding reasons to be upset at other people and things like that, like for free. Those are schizos. Or they're content creators that like try to read your mind and make up things because they're upset that you did something with your own money. You know, like, oh, you want to support X or Y company? How dare you? That's an attack against me and my life. You know, like schizo territory, right? So I'm dead, and there's a lot of schizos. There's a ton of schizos, guys. There's like a lot of them when it comes to gaming on Twitter and on YouTube. So those are the reasons. We're just getting into the Switch 2 sales. Don't worry, man. We're just getting into it. Don't worry. What's up, just got off work, showered, now I'm playing DK Bands. Hey, what's up, Katana Riku? Welcome, brother. How you doing today? Well, people who love Pragmata and hated it because the VA people are schizo. That's like culture war. That's like culture war. Those are, I mean, yeah, those are just like crazy or racist or like just like straight up schizos. Yeah, like straight up psychos. Like definitely, you know, psychos. Like for real. Yeah. 100%. 100%. We're gonna talk about the Switch 2 sales. Don't worry though, Tico. Don't worry. We're getting into it. Let me just get through my little opening monologue and talk to people and stuff, man. Let's see here. I mean, Alvin, some maybe, but you know, you can't. I mean, I'm not using any type of excuses or nothing. But what I will say, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate if you guys hit that like button. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Shout outs to everybody here. Hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming today. If we can get to 100 likes ASAP Rocky, that would be great. That would be super cool. So thank you guys, man. What's up, the cool guy? Welcome to the stream. Chris the Strider Dog with another $5 dono. Yo, let's go. Tally him up. We got 2 in the house. This is what drew me to your channel is Chrono Trigger. It's also my favorite, my all-time favorite game, and was my first RPG. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, Chrono Trigger is a classic. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the GOATs. It's one of the best. It's like Muhammad Ali. It's the champ. You know, float like a butterfly, sting like Chrono. So yeah, man, like it's awesome, dude. I love Chrono Trigger. I hope it comes back in some way, shape, or form. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we have not gotten something when it comes to Chrono Trigger on modern platforms. So I'm hoping we get something pretty soon here. Maybe at a Nintendo Direct coming up. Maybe at a Square Enix showcase or something. I don't know if they do those anymore, but like maybe at something coming up. Square Enix. Let's see what they got for us. But thank you so much, Chris Sundark, down with the 2 donos. You have extended your Hokage lead to 10. Anybody that's 10 or more, you built, man. Chris the Strider Dog, 13 on the board. 2 more combos. We've got that 15-minute extension. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. So I appreciate it. Man, them PC crazies, they be it, bro. Or they be, bro. Them PC schizos be crazy, bro. They be crazy. I'm telling you, man. Like those guys, but like I said, it's a lot of bark and no bite, though. You gotta also keep that in mind. A lot of bark and no bite. A lot of talking and no bite. A lot of these guys are barely even gamers. I debated a PC schizo on Flipping the Switch's channel. You guys know Flipping the Switch, Mongunzo. He's the homie, one of the elite ninja here. I debated a PC schizo on that channel, and he got exposed. He's talking about how much better PC gaming is and all that. Dude been on Steam for 10 plus years and only has 83 games, and talking about all what's good and bad in gaming. Brother, you have not played enough games to talk about what's good and bad and try to sit here and talk about Nintendo's this or this. Bro, you barely play anything. And a lot of those games, bro, they were demos and stuff like that. So the dude barely even plays anything. He's barely got any hours into stuff. They just there to talk. He's just here to talk and he's just here to argue, but he's barely even playing games. 10 years, 83 games, and you want to call yourself a hardcore PC gamer? No, you're a PC schizo. You're a PC schizo. 10 years, you should have more than 83 games with a quarter of those being demos. Like, you should have more than that. You want to talk about, oh, how of a hardcore gamer you are. No, you're not. 83 games in 10 years? That's insane. I played 60-something games, just separate games, just last year on my Nintendo platform, just itself, Switch 1 and Switch 2. That doesn't count what I played on PlayStation. So only like 80 games in a decade? That's wild. That is crazy. And to sit there and be arguing back and forth with core gamers. Now, if you're a casual, okay, that's fine. No problem with that. But don't talk about being any hardcore gamer and only have 80 games on Steam. That's crazy. And not even 80 full games, like demos and stuff like that, and partial games. No, that's crazy. So that, I think that's when I realized I'm not debating PC schizos anymore. You know, like, because a lot of these guys are frauds. They just Gaben worshippers, heretics, bro. Like, and they just weird as hell. They gotta talk about Nintendo because their platform dry and boring as hell, bro. Like, they bored. They gotta be bored because I don't know what their deal is, you know? A lot of these, like I said, schizos, not real PC gamers that play PC and enjoy it and talk about what's good and don't need to sit there and do anything else, but actual, like, real PC gamers. We're talking about schizos, you know? So, anyway, let's see here. Probably got them games from free deals. Yeah, it's probably Humble Bundle, where you pay like $1, you can get like 15 different games, pay your price bundles, old like Sayonara Wild Hearts and stuff like that. Like, you can get a copy of like the original Doom, you know, John Carmack or something like that. You get Doom, you get, what else you get? You get, you know, little Flying Fairy, not Bravely Default, just Flying Fairy. You get Flying Fairy, Doom, you know, Minecraft 2011. You know, you just get a bunch of just weirdo games, right? Just all just stacked up in there, pay your price bundle. People out here paying $1.50 and getting 15 games, stuff like that, bro. Don't talk to me no more. That guy's schizo. Don't talk to me no more about gaming, fam. You lost your card. I'm sorry. So that's the problem. But anyway, let's talk about the most recent news. We've got the update. I wasn't live yesterday, so I have to talk about it today, or we're going to discuss it today. Nintendo Switch 2 Grifters. It was a bad day. Yesterday was D-Day for these people. It was D-Day. They were really looking forward. Let me give you guys the setup first and foremost, all right? Let me give you guys the setup so we can have a little bit of fun. One of the things that a lot of PlayStation accounts were doing in Push Square, we got to talk about the schizo Push Square too, a PlayStation website. One of the things that they were doing is they were pushing this narrative that PS5, it's 5 years old, it's 5 years old, and it's doing so good, it's beating out the new Nintendo. Wow, I can't believe this. Man, PlayStation's doing so good. Not knowing that with the Switch 1, the PS4 beat out the Switch 1 as well after it came out multiple times. And even when the PS5 came out, years into the PS5's life, even when stock got better, Switch 1 still beat out the PS5 multiple times. But that was pushed aside. That was forgotten to push narratives about PlayStation 5 and how awesome and great and the best it is. Fine. Console war nonsense. Fine. Whatever. January, February. US. Not even worldwide sales, because we don't get those officially. We only get estimates from VG charts, and those aren't accurate. Worldwide, Switch 2 seems to still be selling better worldwide, even January, February. But in the US specifically, it was, okay, well, PS5 sold better for January and February. So I saw a lot of PlayStation accounts pushing this narrative that it's doing so much better and all this, even though we don't know how much it sold more than or anything like that. And once again, that's not worldwide. That's just the US. Okay, whatever. Biggest market in the world. Fine. Get it. These same accounts, okay, all decided to not report or to be on vacation or to ignore all the stuff that they said before. Now that the new Circana report came out from Matt Piscatella here in the US and for March, and remember, Push Square and other PlayStation sites also pushed this narrative that the PS5 had this massive March because everybody was rushing to go buy the system before the price increase, which obviously that's something, but they were rushing to go buy PS5 Pros, and they were rushing, and oh my gosh, it's a massive month. Instead of actually criticizing the fact that the PS5 increased in price, they were turning it into something like, you know, oh wow, oh yeah, look at this, wow, it's doing something. Bro, that's not something to be celebrating when they're increasing the price. If it's Nintendo, you'd have all sorts of drop the price narratives come up. You'd have all sorts of things. Not, look how well the sales are doing because the price increase is looming. And all of them did this. A lot of these people did this. Websites, major media websites, smaller websites, content creators, Twitter users. So they all push this narrative, right? So we get to March, now we're in April, and we get the March numbers. And the March numbers come out from Matt Piscatella and Circana that not only did the Switch 2 do really well, it did so well that it sold more than January and February combined, plus 50% on top of that, totaling over 570,000 units in the US alone in March because of the strong launch of Pocopia. Now, year to date, that makes the Switch 2 the best-selling system year to date. So whatever the difference was in January and February, and while I honestly swear I do not care. I have a PS5 Pro. I bought one. I have 3 PS5s. I got a PS5 back there. My wife's got a PS5. I think it's a great system when it comes down to it. So it doesn't matter to me. I bought it. I supported it. The thing that I'm laughing at, or the thing that I'm calling out for content on my own, is the hypocrisy and is the nonsense of it. Now these people that were making a big deal about the PS5 doing better for January and February in the US only, all of a sudden are on vacation. They don't want to talk about it. They've missed their algorithm. They've missed their algorithm to report it. They just want to talk about the game sales of Resident Evil. They don't want to discuss how year to date Switch 2 is above it, and seemingly by a lot, because once again, in March numbers, Switch 2 sold more than January and February for the totals combined, plus 50%. So that tells me that whatever lead Sony had with the PS5, it wasn't really much. And once again, if you look at the March numbers, apparently the Switch 2 did significantly better than any other platform. Not even apparently, it did. So year to date now, so from January to March, Switch 2 is in the lead. Now, as somebody who's been around for a very, very, very long time, these are the things that I already knew, and I told you guys when we were getting people saying, "Oh, well, I mean, we covered the U.S. sales," and I covered what people were saying. I'm like, this is silly, guys. We got Pocopia. Obviously, we got to see how Pocopia is going to do. You know, we've got it's a long generation. Talk about 1 month here or 1 month there. It doesn't matter. They're all selling good. Look at what happened with the Switch 1. PS4 won a lot of months with the Switch 1 when it first launched. There was multiple months where PS4 did better in the US, or even I think worldwide at some points, even after Switch 1 got stock. But look at the end result. The end result was Switch 1 is one of the best selling systems of, literally top 2 selling system, and could be the best selling system of all time. It's not about a month here or a month there. It's about a long stretch of time with a lot of games. You guys sitting here and going to war after each month and trying to make bold statements like oh my God, a 5-year-old PS5. That's stupid. It's really dumb and it's short-sighted. It's really dumb and it's short-sighted, and it's going to look dumb later. And guess what? It looks stupid. It looks stupid later, right? All of that PS4 doing better than Switch 1 talk absolutely evaporated. So that was my only thing here. And once again, many media places, a lot of places didn't really feel like emphasizing that after making a huge deal about it in January and February. But anyway, let's get into what you guys have to say here, and I'll talk more about it. And also, Grifters, no videos from Grifters. A lot of the Grifters who made videos talking about the Switch 2 being outsold by the PlayStation 5, those people decided to not make videos on the US sales. Remember, they had made videos in January, they had made videos in February, they had made videos about the production cut, they had made videos about the sales, putting this fake and false narrative that the Switch 2's not selling well, nobody's buying it, all of this nonsense. And now all of a sudden that it's the best selling system year to date here in the US, and probably obviously the best selling system worldwide based off of estimates, if you believe those, but we can all see the Japanese sales numbers, and we know. Now all of a sudden, they do not want to talk about the sales numbers. They do not want to talk about the Circana sales. They do not want to talk about year to date. And now they just want to sit there and retreat into their shell or talk about something else. This is a grift. I've been telling you guys it's a grift. It was a grift nearly 10 years ago with the Switch 1, or 9 years ago. It's a grift now at this point. Plain and simple. Listen to me. People that are going to be fair and honest about everything, not people looking to push crazy narratives, you know? The casual noob with the 56 months says, "Hey, PlayerEssence, checking in and letting you know You live on my Tomodachi Island with other Spawncast members, me and my family and IRL friends. Yo, let's go, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 56 months. Shout out to King Mr. J. What's up, brother? Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate you. Let's see here. The only thing that should matter is Switch 2 outselling Switch 1. I don't even think that matters too much, to be honest. The only thing that matters, when it comes down to it, is I'll let you know after this dono that just popped. Kevin with the 12.
I got say that Yoshi game looks really fun to play. I am going to get day. When can I get any music from Super Mario Galaxy?
Absolutely. Yeah, the Yoshi game looks awesome. We're going to talk about that in just a bit. Well, I mean, I think it looks awesome. Let's get some Super Mario Galaxy music. Mario Galaxy music. Mario Galaxy music. I appreciate that. And no, somebody said Nintendo's still making videos. Yeah, but his videos are absolutely trash and nobody's watching them. And he did not make a video about the actual sales. Unless he did. You guys let me know if he did. We can talk about that. But I don't think he didn't make a video about the sales numbers for March when it comes to Circana. Because what is there to say? It's not negative. So there's nothing really to say about that. Or he could make up excuses. Best-selling, worst-selling console of all time, sit in his room for an hour and a half damage controlling. I think everybody knows he was a joke after that video. So I doubt he'll talk about that because the sales numbers were known. The actual sales numbers came out and it was a 570,000 units plus. That is a massive March. Huge March. Kevin, thank you for the big 12. You are now the new Hokage. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mr. Kevin, hope you enjoy this Mario Galaxy music as well. And we've also got a combo breaker. I see my man Varkster in here as well. What's up, Varkster? I'm going to get your comment in just a bit. Let me just get this typed up on here and play a notification. Anybody that's 12 more, give up, man. Kevin on the board. Hey, yo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 25 combo breaks. And of course, got the first overclock. Next one up at 30 on the board. Hey, yo.
Overclock Buster.
Appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the support like always. 5 more combos and we on that next one. Half of Nintendo's comments are calling him delusional and trashing his content. He's not really relevant. I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He got laughed off of Twitter too. He also left Twitter because he got called delusional. He got trashed. Everyone's saying you're weirdo. Like, so yeah, everybody know. Like, I don't understand why somebody would destroy their channel like that. It makes no sense to me. Instead of being a logical critic, you can be a logical critic. He went I think there's something mental with there's something, not even I think. I'm almost positive there's something mentally wrong. Like, why would you just completely trash your channel like that for like the short-term gain of like lying about Switch 2 sales? For all last year, he lied about Switch 2 sales. And then even this year, you know, like a little bit, he's been lying. So it's just kind of crazy, man. He's been lying and stretching. It's just kind of crazy that you would just destroy your reputation and channel like that for the high of short-term views and subscribers, which those people, they don't care about content. They don't care about him. All they care about is just seeing something negative. Like a lot of these people are PC schizos, you know? That's all they care about. Why throw away you having goodwill with actual real people and non-bots to chase schizo PC people and weirdos just looking for anger and destruction? It makes no sense to me. I mean, but hey, you know, whatever. Everybody has their own opinion on things. It just seems weird that you completely tarnish your name and your channel for that. For what? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, crickets. I haven't seen any Omniarch, any of the grifters. None of them made videos on this. You know, even the people that aren't grifters but like to talk about negative Nintendo news, none of them made videos on this. None of them made videos on this at all. They all decided to collectively not make a video on this. That's why I said I don't take any of these people seriously. Trust me though, if there's some type of lower sales period in the future or something like that, trust me, they'll be back to make a video about it, right? Like I'm saying the inconsistency is the issue. I bought these glasses on Amazon. You just look up blue light blocking glasses and they're on Amazon. Shout out to Sopranos. You patented to 4 million Steam Deck owners. Yeah. What's up, Zainism? Welcome. Let's see here. Gotta love the cricket. Yeah, the crickets and the Griftosphere. Can you hype up R-Type 3 Dimensions? You see preview of it? JK, you don't have to. R-Type. I think I did talk about R-Type in one of my videos. Ro KG. I talked about it in one of my videos. Yeah, I'll probably talk about it, like when they do like a launch trailer or something. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, they want to talk about that stupid lawsuit. Which lawsuit? Oh, the lawsuit of like the gamers suing Nintendo when it comes to. That's not even worth talking about. That's insane. One, we don't even know. They haven't even gotten a refund yet. Now Nintendo has put in the. Obviously, they're suing for a refund because Nintendo already had to pay those funds. But when it comes to what's been passed on to the consumers, all you can realistically say that's provable that's passed on to consumers is like $5 or $10 on a Joy-Con and maybe some amiibo. Like, it's not based off the games or the console itself. So that's the problem. That's the problem that lawsuit has. There's not really any merit to it. Unless you bought a Pro controller, you might get your $5 back or something like that. I mean, it's not even. It doesn't even make any sense. It makes zero sense. But hey, yeah, that it's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I wish I got $5 back. That'd be dope. But we're probably not gonna see that money. Nintendo did make a video on the March sales, but he moved the goalposts. Of course he moved the goalposts. Of course. Once again, there's something mentally wrong. I'm surprised he made a video talking about it. And of course, moving the goalposts. What post was moved? I want to know so we can talk about this. This is fun. What post was moved? Yeah, it's definitely a performative lawsuit. On top of that, why wouldn't you add Microsoft and Sony to that? Microsoft increased the price of their system by the Xbox Series X was $500 at launch. It now costs $650. They raised the price of it as well by a lot more than anything Nintendo did. So why wouldn't you sue Sony? Sony raised the price. The PS5 is now $200 more than what it was when it launched. Like the PS5 digital is now $600. The PS5 disc-based is $650. The PS5 Pro is $900. Like, Sony raised the price of PSN. Sony raised the price of the PS Portal. They've raised the price of damn near everything by hundreds of dollars, by $50 to $100 plus when it comes to it. Why don't you just group them all in together? They have to pay tariffs too as well. So I don't understand why Sony and Microsoft from these pair of gamers are not included when their prices increase significantly more than anything we saw from Nintendo. I'm telling you, there is mentally unstable people out here. This is mentally unstable. Where is the lawsuit including Microsoft and Sony into that? Because their prices went up more. Or yeah, like I said, people who bought a Switch 1 accessories and Amiibo even remotely be part of this lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, if you bought a Switch 1 from last year, how many people did that? Not that many. Basically said, of course, he said, of course, the Switch 2 will sell. They make good games, and saying all the games have been trashed except Pocopia. That's crazy that he says that, because he was trying to downplay Pocopia when it launched on Twitter and saying that it was outsold by Resident Evil and it's really not having that much of an impact. So that's stupid. And he hasn't played any of the games. He obviously hasn't played any Switch 2 games. He doesn't have a Switch 2. He hasn't played Donkey Kong Bonanza. He hasn't played Mario Kart World. He hasn't played any of the third-party Switch 2 games. He hasn't played any of them. So once again, this guy talks more than he actually plays games. He's also too scared to show his roundup of any systems, like in terms of what games he plays. He won't show them. So he's a fraud. He's a complete fraud. And like I said, I think Varkster said everybody in this comment section is making fun of him and clowning him. I mean, what a way to go out. This is, like I said, it blows my mind. It blows my mind that this guy would act this type of way and die on this hill. But hey, grifters are getting crushed. You've got to make up stuff in order to try to stay relevant, but it's just not working, man. I'm sorry, Nintendo, bro. I'm sorry, bro. But This is not looking too good, man. Not looking too good. Your own users are against you. You got laughed off of Twitter. You're too scared to talk to another content creator. I mean, man, this is weird, bro. Nintendo derangement syndrome, bro. Ashoka Tano with the $2 says, Buck Bumble's getting a remake. Are you excited? No, I'm not excited for Buck Bumble. I'm not excited for Buck Bumble. I'm really not. I'm not. Let's talk about, okay, Jazzy, let's talk about, what's it called? About Push Square. So I thought about making a video on this, and I might still make a video on this. I thought I should have made a video today on it. That's what I should have done with the Yoshi stuff. So let's talk about this just a bit. Let's talk about what's going on here. So Push Square, Push Square, seem to have gotten really upset about the PlayStation 5. But yo, big love to Ashoka Tano. Thank you for the 2. I will play the Buck Bumble remake. Okay, I'll play the Buck Bumble remake. Don't worry, I'll play it. But Push Square seems to have gotten really upset that Push Square got really upset that that the Switch 2 sold more than the PlayStation 5 for the last month, because they've been on this narrative. They've been posting links from Twitter users, from Nib. Nib is a, I would say, intelligent, very intelligent core PlayStation fan, like hardcore PlayStation fan, that I enjoy reading his posts sometimes. But he's, very hardcore PlayStation, which is fine. I have no problem with that. He's fair to people. He's not disrespectful. He doesn't go out there and attack people. So I have no problem with that. We're all gamers. I think if I knew him IRL, we'd probably be really good friends. I think he's cool. He seems like my type of friend to have. But he was making these posts on Twitter that everyone's rushing out to go buy PS5s because of the price increase. So Push Square, which is a big PlayStation website, they ran that story, and so did other PlayStation content creators on Twitter. They ran the story that everyone's out there buying PS5 Pros and it's selling so good. So Push Square ran that article. Now, I think Push Square was fully anticipating that Switch 2 would be outsold, that PS5 would outsell the Switch 2. And when that didn't happen, they had quite possibly the saltiest title for it. So I want to show you guys what was said. And like I said, I still might make a video. This might still be one of my topics that I discuss here in a video tomorrow, maybe. So, Push Square, here is what they said in the most recent article when it comes to the March NPD. March 2026 USA sales, Pokemon-powered Switch 2 finally beats 5-year-old PS5. This is, as somebody who used to do journalism, okay? I studied a bit in college journalism. Obviously, I have a lot of experience doing journalism because of my website, PlayerEssence.com, back in the day, writing articles, and I know exactly the type of, like, when you make a title like this, what you're trying to imply, what you're trying to say. This is salt-filled bait. Now, the article itself is fine. If you read the article, it's like whatever. But this right here, he's salty. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. When you write articles, a bit of you is inside every single article. Now, Sammy Baker, that's the same one, right? He's the same. We're gonna get back to him in just a bit. But this was such a salty topic, it's like, finally beats a 5-year-old PS5. What does that even mean? This is when the PS5 is supposed to be selling its best. And what do you mean finally? What do you mean finally? It won January and February. December, Switch 2 sold the most. I think November, because of the discounts, PlayStation 5 had a good November. We don't know by how much. But October and every month before that since the Switch 2 launched, it was Switch 2 that sold the most. Switch 2 was leading. What are you talking about? June, July, August, September, October, there was November, December, back to Switch 2, and then January, February. What are you talking about, fam? Finally, it's beaten it multiple times. It was 2 months. 2 months. And who cares if the PS5 is 5 years old? Bro, nobody could even buy one. It was constantly being scalped to hell and back up until 2022-ish or so. So really, people really, the install base of the PlayStation 5 is not even really 5 years old because it was being scalped to death. Most people couldn't even buy one. And if you bought one, it was online. It was hella expensive, or you had to rush out and somehow get one when there was restocks. They didn't really hit their stride with the PS5 until 2022 or so. So, 5-year-old PS5. This is when your system is supposed to be selling best. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the article or the topic. Same writer, when the PS5 finally beat an old Nintendo Switch 1, a 4-year-old plus Nintendo Switch 1. Let's hear what he has to, let's hear the title when that happens. Here's the title there. September 2021. Remember, Switch 2 came out in March of 2017. So 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So we're getting to 4, going into 5 years, right? So pretty much the same here at this point. Right around the same. PS5 snaps Nintendo Switch's 33-month hardware streak. Overtaken. Wait a minute. Where is the... Oh, PS5 finally beats a 4-year-old Nintendo Switch. Underpowered Nintendo Switch. With no third-party games. With barely any third-party games. PS5 had been getting every third-party game. Had been getting every single Japanese game for the most part. Nintendo didn't get it. Where's that type of title at? Where's that at? Oh, all of a sudden you want to just talk about how it overtaken, snaps the streak. Where is the same energy for the old Nintendo Switch 1? The 4-plus-year-old Nintendo Switch 1? Where's that same energy, bruh? Nowhere to be found. So this is what I'm talking about. This is salt-induced. When the PS5 sold better than Switch 2, I didn't make any video topics and titles like this when it comes to like stuff like this. You know? I didn't do anything like that. So I just found it funny, man. They seem to be Sammy Barker seems to be pretty salty about what happened. Seems to be a little salty about what happened, bruh. Says Switch 2, and the difference with Switch 2 is that Switch 2's been able to have, you know, PlayStation, you know, sellouts and all that because of the chip shortage. Nintendo was stocking the Switch 2. They were putting, like, people were able to buy them. So you're going to get a different sales trajectory. You're going to get a different sales. You're going to have, obviously, a lot of front-loaded sales. You're going to have a very different sales pattern from when you can't buy the system and you have to sit there and wait. There's scalpers. Switch 2 didn't have to deal with scalpers. Switch 2 didn't have to deal with stock problems. There were a little bit of stock problems. Japan had stock problems all throughout last year. Japan had stock problems. It's much better now. Nintendo never really had stock problems in Europe and here in the US. Maybe like the first month, like it was selling out so quickly, like people couldn't, like, you know, it's, oh, I gotta wait. But they were refreshing it every single week. You know, every single week they were refreshing it. So it was fine. So many people that wanted to Switch 2 were able to get it before the holiday. They were able to get it whenever. So the sales trajectory of the system is going to be different. It might not do as well as Switch 1 did in this time period or that time period. And it's going to be based off of games. If you're launching a certain game at a certain spot, you might have a way better March than you had with the Switch 1 after its first year, you know, or whatever, or going into its next year. So it's going to be completely different. Like, everything's not always going to be the same. And that's how generations are, you know? Some people want to enjoy their consoles. They want to win even though they don't work for the company. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just weird. It's just really, really, really weird. Now, I can understand him writing this type of way, like, because, like, obviously he makes money. off of you know, off of these type of things. So that's a way to draw people in. But man, this one's saltier than I even expected. I didn't expect it to be that salty, you know. Daniel with the 2 months says Nintendo deleted Nintendo Prime's comments on his video because Prime was cooking him. Saw the comments getting removed live. Yeah, once again, and that's something that that he's been accused of numerous times. We have a JCat, Wound Up Penguin, JCat. She's gotten her comments removed from Nintendo's channel when he gets cooked. I think he might have even removed my comments. I got to double check. But yeah, like I said, he's crazy. Like legitimately, there's something like there's something wrong with that guy. Like I think there's something he's mentally unstable. He's mentally unstable. So, but yeah, Prime cooks him all the time. This is the reason why he doesn't want to debate. You know, he doesn't want to debate me, or he doesn't want to debate Prime, because once again, he'd get absolutely cooked. I mean, and once again, he saw what happened to AI Slop Robot, right? When me and Prime debated the AI Slop, you know, AI Slop user, like, everybody saw what happened. I mean, I don't like to bring it up because it was a murder, and, you know, I got away with it, you know? Me and Prime buried a body that day, and dude's been incredibly salty ever since. But like, everybody saw that video. Everybody saw that debate in one way or another. They either saw it on Prime's channel, they saw it there, other people talked about it, and literally it was Undertaker rest in peace. Like, we all saw that. And the excuses that I saw people say on there, they know how to talk. Man, not even excuses, but like, hey man, I don't even like OJ. I don't like Prime, but you got cooked. What were you doing? You got beat. Oh, they out-talked you. They only won because, I mean, like, just the schizo territory, right? This is, I think, even before the Nintendo Switch 2 even launched. Was that right? I don't remember exactly the date. It's kind of blurry. But that cookage scared everybody with any ounce of a brain to debate me. Or, like, that scared him. That scared Weird Bananas. That scared all of these guys. Because I'll say this once, I'll say it again. I had debates lined up after AI Slop Boy. Okay? I had debates lined up of bigger content creators we were feeling things out. And after that, all of a sudden they said, I got ghosted. Or they said, I'm good, man. It was literally right after that. They were like, no, I'm good, OJ. Like, you know, things came up. I'm good. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they all saw what happened. And they're like, oh, damn, OJ's not going to put himself in a bad spot. He's not going to damage control or defend Nintendo if there's something that's universally looked at as bad that I've said myself, like $80 Mario Kart. They're looking for gotchas and you're not going to get any from me, you know? So after that, they didn't want to talk anymore. After that, I had a 50K content creator lined up. I had a 100K content creator lined up. We were filling things out. None of them wanted to talk anymore after that. And still to this day, I've called out and said, hey, who wants to discuss this type of stuff? And nobody wants to show up. So, you know, and the people that do get absolutely roasted alive. You guys saw my last debate. Y'all saw my last two debates. Absolutely cooked alive, you know? And even if you want to go back to Omniarch, he got cooked too, you know? So it was crazy. Shout outs to Helix with the $1. He says, that makes 2 OJs that got away with. I didn't even associate the yo. They really gonna call me OJ Simpson? They call me OJ Simpson after last year. They called me, bruh, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. They calling me OJ Simpson after that one last year, fam. Yeah, that's true. That was a murder. But apparently, according to Slop Boy, what was it? oh well, you didn't do anything. It was all Prime. It was all Nintendo Prime. It was all Nintendo. Man, shut your. You got cooked. You got cooked. Big lie. Bergster with the 5. Aussie. It's not my fault you decided to get tag team combo. He did. We said, yo, it's gonna be both of us. You okay? He said, yeah, no problem. You can't cry after you agreed to the terms. You agreed to the terms of the discussion, and then you cried because you agreed to the terms of the discussion. You thought that you were big and bad. My man got absolutely rock bottomed in 3D Dudley Boys. 3D, me and Prime looking like the Dudley Boys out there. 3D. Varkster with the 50. Aussie. Just imagine sitting in your comment section after uploading your video to police what's visible under your content. Who has that kind of time? There are some serious major issues up top. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Varkster. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, brother. Like, there's some serious mental issues up there to sit there and police your comment section. Most content creators do not have time to police their comment section. I do not police my comment section. I had somebody write me that somebody was saying some racist stuff to me in my comment section, and I was like, oh, they were? You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. Now, I do look at some of the stuff, and I will respond to some things here and there, but to be honest, I do not have time to police my comment section like that. So, yeah, it's weird, bro. Varkster, thank you so much, man, with the big $35 dono. Yo, we out here all the way up to 64, Nintendo 64 on this piece. Yo, I appreciate it. I was here. It was a massacre, says Joker. Says the robot debates was before the Switch 2 launch. Okay, yeah. Before the Switch 2 launch. And by the way, I was right about everything that I said in that debate. If you go back and watch, I was right about every single thing. I just want to make sure that I put that out there, that I was right about it. Now that we're seeing the sales numbers come on, I just want to put that out, that I was right. That I was right about it. Varkster, thank you so much for the big 35. Appreciate that. Image 35 more, man. Varkster on the board. And we've got a Noah and Mio already. Varkster helping the Elite Ninja Village. Yeah, murder, bruh. Murder, she wrote. Oh, man. OJ versus the people. Oh, man. Good thing I'm not getting civilly sued here, brother. You can't get me in no civil lawsuit. Everything I did was legal, buddy. Everything I did was legal. Shout outs, though. Thank you guys for the JoJo's, man. I appreciate it. Lego. And like I said, the best part about it is that I ain't watching nothing that any of these jokers do. And they're going to sit there fuming and I ain't going crazy and clipping and responding. They got to watch everything that I say. I don't got to watch a damn thing. How do you lose the debate to somebody that doesn't watch your content? I don't even watch. How do you lose the debate to somebody who doesn't watch? They be watching my content and they still lost. How do you lose the debate to somebody who doesn't watch your content? You gotta be a complete idiot to lose the debate to somebody who doesn't actually watch your stuff. I mean, like, that's just funny to me, man. Like, that's how you know that you're an idiot. Like, if you lose the debate to somebody that you actually watch their stuff and the other person does not, you're an idiot. Varkster with the Hey, Lucettes here. What's up, Lucette? How you doing today, young lady? Good to see you here. Welcome. Let's see here. 15 minutes into that debate, I could have sworn I heard finish him. I know, it was good. It was good. Deporter says Sony and Nintendo fans should hope both consoles are successful with Xbox hardware fading away. That cute Xbox AI chick ain't gonna save the business. Well, she's making some changes, so I mean, we'll see what she does. But she's definitely being there's like some mastermind Xbox person that's like, yes, that's like sitting like in some dark Xbox labyrinth in Microsoft's headquarters that's actually calling the shots. There's somebody, because she knew nothing about Xbox beforehand. She knew nothing. She's been trying to catch up. And I think she definitely has somebody that she's consulting. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Matt Booty. If it was, because like Matt Booty knows what Xbox was and what Xbox is. So I would not be surprised if it was Matt Booty telling her, hey, this is what we need to say next. This is what I'm pretty sure it is. There's no way that she comes in and just knows all of this, you know? So she's being advised by somebody for sure, which is good though. It's good to be, if you're the CEO, you need to just not make everything yourself. You need to also have your advisors help you out, you know, when it comes to things. So, so that's definitely a thing too, you know? Booty! Oh my gosh. Hey OJ, good. We talk about the Yoshi game. We're looking forward to the game, knowing that's kind of something to Mario 64. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. May 8th will be a funny day for Nintendo's fiscal year report. Yeah, here come the excuses, Jazzy. PlayerEssence, hey, what's up, OJ? Today, remember you you went Bankai. We always go Bankai. We always go Bankai around here. Unkari with the 3.
So you're saying booty's at the wheel? LMAO.
I would not be surprised if the booty is on the wheel. Yes. If Sharma does a booty call. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. She calls up the booty. Please, tell us what to do right now. We need help. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll get Star Fox revealed tomorrow. I don't think about tomorrow, but I think maybe next week. I think maybe next week on Tuesday or Wednesday, we could get that. Probably not tomorrow though, not a Friday. She made the booty call. She did, man. She had to call up the booty. You know what I'm saying? She had to do what she needed to do to get things done. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mad Booty was the one that was actually getting like pulling some of the strings, you know, with all of that. But we'll see. We will see. Let's see here. Big Love House, of course, his Xbox price went down. Well, the what's it called went down. The Xbox Game Pass price went down, but they also removed Call of Duty from Game Pass. So they removed Call of Duty, but then they lowered the price by $7. But it is still a little bit more expensive than it was a few years ago, because I think it was $20 for the Ultimate, and then it went up. So now it went back down. So they're kind of figuring out, but I think the problem with Microsoft is that they make so many changes. They've been making so many changes, and they've been flip-flopping on so many different things. I think it's tough for like the casual consumer, or even some of the core consumers are thinking to themselves like, oh, well, what's going on here? You're constantly changing. They're saying, oh, we're going to reevaluate exclusives after dropping exclusives and making a ton of money on Sony and Nintendo systems. It's like, what's going on here? They don't know what they want to do. They don't know where they're going. Yes, Sharma comes in and she's doing some changes here, but this seems weird. Now, the thing about it, or not weird, but it seems like I said, a lot of flip-flopping going on. She stated that that she's going to, or that they're going to do daily active users. Like their new metric is not console sales, which it hasn't been console sales for a while, but their metric is active users. So if you're active users, that's going to be your metric for success. Then you've got to still do multi-platform, because you're not going to get a lot of active users just simply on PC and on Xbox. You're just not. And we know the sales numbers. Like, we see the MPD results. The Xbox Series is selling less than like the Switch One. The Switch One is outselling the Xbox Series. Like, the Xbox Series is selling like around 100,000 units per like a month. It's around the 100,000 unit range per a month. Like, around that worldwide. The sales have completely collapsed, you know? So how are you going to sell consoles to do exclusivity? It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's no plan. It sounds good, but there's no plan for you to say exclusivity, but then also say we're going to have a lot of active users, you know?
HSPPY late birthday.
Whoa! Bro, who is that? It says anonymous. Who did that? God damn! Yo! Happy late birthday? Okay, my heart is racing just a bit. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Bro, my mind is blown. My birthday was a bit ago. You did not have to do that. That is too much. Jesus Christ. What? Yo, anonymous. I don't know who that is. Somebody, it says anonymous. I don't know who it is. Holy smokes. I did not expect that, guys. I'm just chilling, vibing out, do my normal ranting. Yo, anonymous. Whoever that is, if you want to DM me later, please DM me so I can properly say thank you. I can send you something, maybe like a game autograph. My autograph doesn't mean anything, but I can autograph the game and send it to you. Please DM me so I can send you some like memorabilia or send you something. That is incredibly nice of you. To all at once. I appreciate everybody here. Obviously, a lot of you guys support. A lot of you guys have supported that much or more over the course, so I appreciate that. But holy smokes, that is like extensions for forever. That's like more than like the birthday stream. Goodness gracious. Sure, that's the biggest donation ever. It's like one of the biggest donos ever. Yes, easily one of the biggest, if not the biggest. Definitely one of the biggest. Damn. Yeah. Listen, I don't want you. I want you guys to be able to have a roof over your head too. I mean that's incredibly nice of whoever that is. And like I said, if you want to reach out, you don't have to, because obviously they were anonymous on purpose. They did not want their name to be shown. So I will respect that and obviously not say who said it. I mean, I don't know because it says anonymous, but they obviously don't want their names to be shown, and that's fine. But thank you so much. Like I said, I had to pinch back the tears. Holy smokes. Thank you.
Okay,
Justin with the 3.
I'm a certified PC handheld hater. But I'll admit it, for the price I paid, this Xbox ROG Ally X is pretty good to me.
Yes.
Also, dang, that's a lot.
Yeah. For $300, Xbox ROG Ally is great. It's great for. I mean, if it was $300, I would not be hating. I would not be hating at all. I would be like, oh, $300, but I'd still be hating though. I'll keep it a buck. I'll still be kind of hating though, because like I hate portable PC. No matter how much the price is, like the price to me isn't the problem. Like that's not like I mean, the price is part of the problem, but it's not like the main problem. You know, it's not the main problem, because I even had problems with the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck is much cheaper than that. You know, much cheaper than an Xbox ROG Ally. But it wasn't $300. That's much cheaper. Let's see here. Well, we usually just do per day, but we're just gonna put anonymous. Obviously, anonymous, you are Hokage for right now. I appreciate it though. That is insanely nice of you, and I really, really appreciate that. You know, remember, I had people telling me that I'm a brokey, that my channel's nothing, that nobody cares. So it's cool to see people come through, at least. Whether you guys are here, whether it's $1 or up to 1,000, like, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you guys all come here and you guys have a good time and you guys feel that there's value within the content. Because remember, if you're not spending money, that's fine. You're spending your time. Your time sometimes is even more valuable than money. So the fact that you guys are all coming here and spending your life clock, spending your time with me, I really appreciate that. But for those who, you know, do more, I really, 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 like, honestly, like, I really, really, really appreciate that, guys. I really do. Thank you to everybody who's here, and thank you to Anonymous. I know I've been going on about it for a while now, and I know you guys aren't here to see me talk about this 24/7, but thank you. That is very generous of you, and thank you for the birthday wish. Like I said before, man, you guys are better friends than the friends that I have, than most of the people that I know IRL friends. You know, like from like my birthday. Remember the stupid birthday story, where one of my good friends, where I traveled from my CV to her spot, or to Fresno State over the summer when I was sleeping. I traveled there for her birthday. I set up everything. I DJ'd. I did all of that, you know. And when it came time for my birthday later in April, because her birthday was over the summer, when it came time for my birthday, she didn't even show up. You guys are all strangers to me, right? You guys just know me from the internet, but you guys, a lot of you guys showed up to the birthday. A lot of you guys supported. Like Anonymous just supported. Justin was here. So many of you guys that don't even know me IRL like that, you guys showed up. So yeah, I got a million. Like, I'd rather spend my time here than I would spend with a lot of people IRL. You know what I'm saying? So Thank you so much. Well, outside of course, my family, we're excluding them. We're talking like my friends outside of family, because obviously I spent time with my family on my birthday. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Jumps up moving in the shadows. Maybe it might be, it might not. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm not going to. They want to be anonymous, so I'm going to respect the wishes of the anonymous. I appreciate that though. That's sad and dope at the same time. It is sad and dope at the same time, but at the same time, it's a new world than what it was back then. That was 2010, right? Well, it was 2009/2010. And I've already said this once, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it a million times. Dude. That right there, I needed that. That whole birthday thing, and I'll get that donation. Let's see. Angry Vigilante Hush Money. He's already dead. Stop. I know, seriously. Thank you, yo. Thank you for the 2, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate the support. But yeah, man, that was a murder. That was a murder back then. O.J. Simpson, Hush Money. But I really appreciate that. But like I was saying, Helix, and shout outs to Anonymous and shout outs to Justin. Thank you guys for the support. Uncario. Like I was saying, man, that made me realize, nah, fam, no, the world is not as you see it. And this is gonna be some advice for you guys too. The world is not as you see it. The people that you think, if they've done something to you like that to where you are there for them and they are not there for you, those are one of the things that you got to realize, man. You got to realize this, especially if it becomes something. Do not let people take advantage of you. You do not need those type of people in your life, or you do not need to put energy towards those type of people in your life. You really don't. If they serve no purpose for you, or no purpose to you, and they treat you a certain type of way, you do not have to hang out with them. You do not have to be friends with them. You do not have to spend your life clock with them. It taught me that the world is, they don't like you. People are not going to like you just because. Just because. They're just not. Because not only did that, my friend in college, not only did she not go, but also a bunch of people that I invited from my class did not go. And I thought we were cool. You know? And I thought we were cool. So that taught me a very valuable lesson, that most people just simply aren't going to like you, or just not going to like you for whatever reason. You guys want to know why I don't care when people say things? I already got taught a lesson 16 plus, almost 20 years ago. It don't matter what you say or do. Some people are just not going to like you, regardless. It ain't even got anything to do like with racism or anything. I mean, yeah, that's going to be part of it, but that's not even what I'm addressing here. Just for some reason, people aren't going to like you, or they're going to take advantage of you. They're just not going to care about you, no matter what you do. You could be the best person. I went to all the functions of my friends in college, like my classmates. They'd say, hey, OJ, come with us to this thing, or come to this birthday, or come to this thing. I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem. I'd even drive sometimes, you know? And when it came time for me, they were not there. So I was like, all right. It taught me a very, 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 very valuable lesson. You better build what you want to build and stop worrying about these people. And whoever wants to rock with you, you rock with them. But if they're going to sit there and be like that towards you, don't put no energy or no time, because you're going to end up being used over and over and over while you build nothing for yourself. And that's why I built PlayerEssence. It was right around that time why I built I started thinking about PlayerEssence. I started seeing things online that people were doing that were acting crazy. People IRL acting crazy. That's when I got the first idea of PlayerEssence in 2009. That's the first idea. I didn't name it though until 2010. I didn't have a name until I graduated from college, and I was back at my mom's place, and I was just kind of, I was working a pretty stupid job, and I was just in my mom's room, and I'm just like, man, it'd be cool if I did some, video game stuff. So I was like, oh, I gotta think of a name, So yeah, man, that's really where it kind of came from. But no, it was the best decision that I ever made in my life. This is one of the best decisions, if not the best decision that I've ever made, to start a channel and to build it over the course of, a decade plus now, since 2010, building, had a lot of rough waters, but building since then. So nothing really shakes me. No amount of clickbait, no amount of other people talking about me. You can talk about me all day. I don't care. I'm thick skinned and I'm bulletproof at this point when it comes to that. I don't watch. I don't care. You want to come get cooked on stream? That can happen. Nobody signed up for the plate for that. And when they do, they get cooked. So it's like, to me, nothing can get to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, that's really, that topic, I'm so happy it happened. Like, sometimes you have to have those negative things, guys, in order for positive things to happen, in order for good things to happen. And that taught me a very valuable lesson. And I'm glad I got taught it back then than later when it could have been worse for me, you know? So I'm super happy that actually happened. It's actually, it's a positive thing in my life, you know? It's a very, very, very positive thing in my life. Let's see here. Find happiness in yourself. Too many thirsty for other people to make them happy. Exactly. And that's why I wanted to create a community where you can come here and talk about video games, and it can be like a positive thing, like not like a negative thing, but it can be like a positive thing. Because we all know we're all gonna have crappy days. Like, being an adult sucks. Like, it's not fun. Let's just keep it real. We can all put on a happy face, and trust me, I'm happy at times too. But being an adult sucks. There's bad relationships. There's bad family members. There's bad bosses at work. Man, we got to find peace somewhere, right? Otherwise, it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, we got to find, at least if it's just for 2-3 hours a day, a few days out of the week here on the stream, we got to find some peace, or we'd all go crazy, right? This is my peace, man. This is my peace, because when I cut this off, there's stuff outside that's annoying, but I have to just say, all right, just chill, relax. You're going to get to where it's your peace. You got to have your peace of mind. You're going to have your time to relax and enjoy, even if it's for, like I said, for like a few hours a day, you know, or for like a couple hours a week, you know. There's got to be something. So that's why I created there, to have a little bit of peace, you know, peace of mind when it comes to things, and to have like people that are around that are cool, you know, like dope, even if it's internet form, you know. So I don't need a million people here. I don't need to be as popular as Kai Cenat or I Show Speed. Shout outs to those guys. I don't need to be as popular as other people out there. We just need to have enough. And what's enough? Man, it started with 10 people in the stream. 2017, first live streams, 10 people hanging out in the stream. You know? Switch to PC, Mark. Velvet, V. You guys know Velvet. She's still around. V in the stream. 10 people hanging around. You know what I'm saying? That's where it started. Now we're obviously 30 or 20 times plus that, right? So you got to start somewhere, you know? Let's see here. Bass Day. Imagine, you meant Bad Day. Bad Day. Imagine your last name is Booty. I think your last name being Booty is like a good and a bad thing. I think that, you know, especially because I think Matt Booty, he's really tall. So if you're really tall and your last name is Booty, you know, and you're, you know, if you fairly, I mean, you're not obviously, you know, I don't think he's like a really terrible looking person. So you're tall, not terrible looking, your last name Booty, and you're smart, you're an executive. That's a positive, bro. That's a good, people are going to remember you. People are going to remember your name. They're going to remember you growing up, you know, like, oh, Booty. I remember Booty, that tall dude that became an executive for Microsoft. Yo, let's go, Booty. Like, it's a good thing. It's definitely not a bad thing in my opinion. So like, because it seems like I said, it seems like he's always been tall. He's always been, you know, he looks like he's in pretty good shape. And he's an executive. He's obviously making a ton of money doing what he does. So it's a good thing at this point. Yeah, there's worse names. Oh, yeah, there's worse. Especially growing up back in the day, man. Growing up back in the day, like, it's different now. Like, it's whatever now. But back in the day, if your last name, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, gay means happy, but there's also other things, you know? If your last name was that, I've seen some people go through hell with the last name is gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people go, oh my God, people would pick on them so much. Now, it's not as bad in today's day. Things are a little bit different in today's day. But back in the day, whoo, don't have that last name. People would not let you, oh my gosh, they would not let you breathe. You were getting suffocated with people teasing you, you know? Suffocated. Or having the last name of a 4-letter word that starts with D, ends with K. Having that last name, people will just tease you endlessly if you have that last name too. Or if your first name was that as well, you know? You just get teased endlessly. So I said 4-letter. Not, that's Derek isn't 4-letter word. Let's see here. You got to be a fighter with a last name like that, or getting punked out. Oh yeah, you got to exactly. He gets the booty from Microsoft. Grabs the booty from Microsoft. Dirk. Well, we said last name. Dirk is his first name, but I mean, well, I did say first name too, so that's true. Dirk. Okay. Well, no, nothing wrong with your name being Dirk. I don't think you got teased. I never knew anybody named Dirk until I saw Dirk Nowitzki as the former basketballer. Shout outs to Huddy. Thank you for the big 5, man. I appreciate it. Facts. I work a high pressure job, and I'm a father and husband. PlayerEssence is like an oasis after a long day. Yeah. So I'm guessing you're like working like a sales job, things like that. Those jobs just last thing you want. Like when you come home, you just want a little bit of peace before you have to get back at it again. You know. There's one that's worse. Chris Diamatop. That's not that bad. Diamatopoulos or what? That's not that bad of a name. I don't think it is. Varkster with the 20. Aussie. Varkster showing up. No, Splatoon Raiders is not an extraction shooter. No, it's like Salmon Run. You fight a bunch of enemies on a map, and then you go to the next map and things like that. And there's different enemies. There's boss battles, things like that. So no, it's not really an extraction shooter. No. Watch my video. I did a video on it. There's the live stream as well, or there's a video on it. There's a trailer too. So check that out. Cold 44. So no, it's an action adventure third-person shooter game. Varkster with the 20 Aussies says, did you see the absolutely bizarre takes from CyberConnect, your favorite company CEO, during heaps of lectures around Japan, telling young students to buy a PS5/Xbox if they want to make real games? No, I didn't see that. Buy a PS5 or Xbox if they want to make real games. No, maybe. Well, I guess maybe the new CyberConnect video game isn't coming to the Switch platform, or the new, what was it? The new, what was it called? The new, what's that game? Ah, gosh, I forgot the name of it. Dot Hack. There we go. The new Dot Hack. Maybe that's not coming to Switch 2. I guess we can kind of say that's not coming to Switch 2 now. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That sounds weird. That sounds like a bad idea, considering how many people buy the Switch 2 in Japan and how well the Switch 2 sells. It uses all the same engines and stuff that Xbox and PlayStation use. I mean, Unreal Engine, things like that. They all use the same tools for the most part. It just depends on like settings, right? So seems like bad advice to me, considering Switch 1 sold more than both of them, and Switch 2 is obviously selling really good. And the biggest markets when it's like mobile, so like you need to know how to program for mobile too. So I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody has their opinion, right? Everybody has their opinion. I didn't see that though. I did not see that at all. But you know, it's Japanese, so I mean, maybe it was taken out of context, or maybe the translation was messed up. But that just seems really weird to me.
Hey, you.
Seems really weird.
I want to shake your hand.
Haven't really been able to game as much the last week. Got blessed with new opportunities, but running 2 business at the same time is a little stressful. Lol. I'll still try to make the streams as much as I can. Hope you and the village are good.
Yeah, Nick, take care of business, man. You gotta work, brother. You can watch the replays, or you can watch the videos whenever I talk about whatever you're interested in, you know, whether it's Final Fantasy or PlayStation or whatever the case is. Feel free to watch, but when you can. But I know you're busy, man. You got work. You're a young man still trying to, you know, you're trying to set up the next part of what you're doing, trying to get, you know, put some serious work in. So I have no problem. This is when you're supposed to be working like a dog, right? You're supposed to be working because, you know, early 30s, you know, you're thinking, okay, I'm 40s coming up. I need a house. Maybe I'm gonna start a family, get a girlfriend, you know, whatever, boyfriend, whatever you're into, right? Maybe have a kid in the next number of years. So this is when you're supposed to really be putting in that work. So the 2 jobs, whatever you got to do, especially in Northern Cali, right? 2 jobs, or I forgot where you were in Southern Cali or Northern. I forgot where you are, but either way, wherever you are, it's definitely more expensive than where I'm at. So, no, man. Hey, man, take care of business. Like I said, come through when you can, but when you can't, that's okay. I still thinking about you, man. Still wishing you the best of success. And yeah, I know you'll be around every now and then. You know, so you good. Or like weekends when you have time or something like that. So it's all good, brother. It's all good. You don't gotta apologize. I appreciate you. You supported this channel for a year plus now, you know. So yeah, man. Has the combo meter ever hit 5 digits? No, it's never hit 5 digits. That'd be insane. No, we can't have that. Buy a PS5 or Xbox to make real game sounds like a lot like one guy who laughed when asked if Titanfall 2 was coming to Switch 1. Where is Titanfall now, and where did Switch end? Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, like I said, it might just be his opinion based on his own work. You know what I'm saying? Like, based on what they're doing graphics-wise and all that, like what he thinks in terms of like real games. Like, you know, another thing, CyberConnect 2, they're very technically kind of like demanding when it comes to like a Japanese company. So I'm trying to get into his mindset. CyberConnect 2 often uses every bit of resources. They have big set pieces. They have big graphics in their games, you know, that need a lot of memory. They do a lot of crazy stuff. You know, Wrath of Azure or Asura or whatever that one game was. They did the Naruto games. Those games are obviously pushing the systems. They push the PS3 to its limits. You know, they push the systems that they are on because of how the scope and scale of like the cutscenes and things like that and the graphics in the game. So I understand what he's trying to say. Like I understand maybe where he's coming from, but it just seems a bit silly to me. I mean, like Xbox is on its way out. I mean, like Xbox, I mean, come on. Like, you know, I mean, I can understand if he says like PC maybe, you know, but I mean, I guess Xbox and PlayStation are pretty much like PCs in development atmosphere. But that seems weird to me, man. That just seems weird to me considering how successful the Switch 1 has been. And also ARM just in general. We're not just talking about like, you know, Switch, but like ARM, like developing for ARM mobile, you need to know how to develop for that. I mean, I guess real games, but real games now come to hybrid platforms with ARM CPUs. They come to systems like, you know, the Switch 2, or they come to ARM CPUs. They come to mobile platforms as well. So in order to make real games, I would say that you would need to know, yes, do x86, but also know how to do ARM, know how to do mobile, know it, because like you never know what opportunities are going to come about when it comes to making a real game. And the gaming industry, there's not like there's jobs everywhere in the gaming industry. There's a lot of developers who are still looking for jobs. So it's not easy to get hired by Nintendo or Capcom or this. It's not easy. The jobs aren't just lining up everywhere. So you need to be well versatile. You need to be well versed, not just knowing how to make real games. You probably want to be able to make lots of stuff. And then once you get your opportunity, then obviously you can branch into other bigger games and things like that. But if a mobile opportunity comes up, take it. If they're paying well, yeah, you need to know how to develop for mobile, take it, you know? So I don't know if that's good advice, but he's in the industry. I'm not in that way. So it is what it is. If you come to Utah, let's hit up a jazz game. All right, I got you, fam. Thank you, Chris the Shiner Dog. Yes, we'll hit up a jazz game. We'll hit up a jazz game if I go. If I go, we'll definitely hit up the jazz game. Had a good job interview today. Nice, let's go. The question is how is Pragmata or RE9 a different type of game? Following the logic, they're essentially the same games, just slightly compromised. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if he had any ill intention behind it. You know, I think maybe he was just talking like the default. You know, I don't know if he was including the Switch 2 or Switch in there. Maybe he was thinking real games and like not like mobile. I don't know if he was specifically saying, oh, Switch isn't part of that. Switch 2 is not part of that. I think maybe he was talking about mobile versus console, right? I think maybe that's what it was. So, you know, maybe he'll clarify or not. Also, Uncario with the Ninja Peach and Vartster with the 20.
That tweet from the CyberConnect 2 guy is from 2023. Not sure why it's being brought up again.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because the Switch 2. I'm not sure why it's being brought up again. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's from 2023. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Like, he's entitled to his opinion. Here's what I do know. He's entitled to his opinion. That's what I do know. So whatever he wants to say, whatever he feels, that's fine too. You know, people are still going to play Dot Hack. And it's okay. I'm still going to check out the new Dot Hack game. So it's all good. Vartster with the 20 or 15 says during the same speeches, he got pushed back due to the price of the other consoles. He said people need to suck it up and buy the console. Essentially, as strength builds character, you need to read up on it. It's hilarious. Yeah, this is going into schizo territory. This is going into executive, I have money, more money than you, territory. I don't think I'd ever say that. I mean, I guess I've said kind of that, but you guys have to remember, I grew up poor, not being able to afford every system day one. I never got a system day one in my youth. I never got like Atari or the NES or the Super NES or the N64. It wasn't until the GameCube, and even then, I couldn't afford the GameCube at launch. I wasn't a youth, but I just couldn't buy it at launch. But I was able to afford it a year later in 2002. I was able to get it. So that it wasn't until the 6th gen when I was able to start getting my own money and being able to afford systems. So I understand the, okay, you've got to work for what you want. Like, I get that because I have kind of said, hey, people are talking, oh, everything's expensive. And I say, I understand. But I think the difference with me is that, like, I've said, hey, look, you don't have to play everything. You need to, you know, you don't have to play everything. You know, you can play what you can afford. Because that's what I did when I was younger. You know, I didn't play everything. I rented games. I played at my friends' houses. And I feel that, like, yeah, if you can't afford something, that's okay. You can just play other stuff till you can. But I mean, like, yeah, suck it up and just buy something considering the prices of the systems not at this point. Like, I don't know about all that. But I mean, I get some of the sentiment. But yeah, that's a little bit crazy to say. Like I said, it's getting into a little bit of schizo territory, especially if you're talking about, like, Xbox Series, you know, or you're talking about PS5 Pro, or you're talking about, I mean, like, some of the prices are ridiculous. Or they're getting ridiculous. So it is what it is. I read about it on the install base, and he was specifically speaking against Switch, PC, and mobile, and preaching for PS5 and Xbox. Like I said, I need to read it myself. Maybe Uncario, you know Japanese, so maybe Uncario, you can take a look at it. Is that correct? But I mean, if that's the case, I don't know why you'd speak against PC. There are plenty of core games on PC. PC is a good platform to develop on. I don't understand why you'd speak out against PC. And I mean, Xbox, what are the sales numbers of the Xbox? Like, real, like, I don't get the Xbox and PC, they're literally, or the Xbox and PlayStation, they're literally PCs. They use the same architecture. You develop the game on PC for the most part, right? And then you port it over. Like, PS5 and Xbox came from PC. So I don't understand why, speak against PC. That makes no sense. Literally, those are PC. Those are confined PCs. Now, yes, obviously there's differences. There's big differences between a PC, like an open system, obviously compared to a non-open system. But like, the architecture is very similar in terms of how they operate and how they work. Even the next Xbox is going to be able to play PC games, the Xbox Helix or whatever. So should they not develop for that system because it's going to pretty much play PC games too? Like, this makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. You know? Yeah, I don't know why this is coming up now at this point, but I mean, I guess it was from 3 years ago, but it's coming up now, but it makes no sense, man. Hey, you. I want to shake your hand. Game with the $3 donut. I want to shake your hand, sir.
Going back to Matt Booty and worse names, can you react to and pick who has the worst name in college football? Tears of joy.
I need to see the name first, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to react to it, if it's something that's vulgar or something that could be seen as vulgar, Dame, but let me check it out. Give me a second. Let me open up my recent tabs, and then we can do that from there. Let's see here. Isn't PC the most advanced option to build a game for? Yeah, PC has the most advanced options for sure. It has the most options, has the most flexibility out of, like, okay, I see what you're saying here. Craziest names. Yeah, I'm definitely not reacting to this.
Also, his opinion at the time was that most students applying didn't have the next-gen system in 2023. 90% had Switch, 70% had PS4, 10% PS5, 1% Xbox, and that they need to play the latest and greatest, be ready to make new next-gen console games.
Okay. So it was in 2023, and have, like, you know, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to actually, thank you, Uncario, for more. I need to actually see it myself and get a proper translation before I really feel anyone. I mean, I don't think I'd feel one way or another. Like, it's his opinion, you know, like, he's in the industry, but a lot of times, like, people overreact to what, like, sometimes somebody says in a different language because they don't understand maybe exactly what they're trying to say, or the context can be taken slightly out of it, right? So I don't want to react one way or another, but I mean, even if it was the case and he was saying screw Switch, screw everything, I that's fine too, but I get it. You know, most people have Switch. If you want to be able to play the latest and greatest, or, like, you know, if you want to be able to develop, like, with, you know, big expensive games, then yeah, you're gonna have to know PlayStation and Xbox. So I mean, I can understand it from that standpoint. What Uncario's saying, like, I get that. Like, if you don't have a PlayStation, like, you want to be able to develop, like Capcom, you know, Koei Tecmo, all these Japanese companies put out a lot of games on PlayStation and Xbox, right? You're gonna have to know that. So yeah, that makes sense too. That also makes sense. Remember, it's 2023. Switch 2 or Switch 1 third-party support is definitely drying up, and they're all putting games on Xbox and PlayStation even at that point. So you're not seeing a ton of different big third-party games come out. So I can see what he's saying from there too, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah, the context clear. That's why I said I don't know. I want to make sure before I sit there and react this way or that way, I got to know what exactly, like, the context of what he was saying, because it was a lecture for students. So that's a bit different than just saying something, you know. But it's all good, you know. It's all good. I'm looking forward to seeing what else. But Dane, I am not reacting to that craziest names in college football, because there's some stuff that can be seen as offensive to certain people. But there is one guy that's called, his name is General Booty, and I think that is hilarious before I get to Simeon Coin over on Twitch. But yeah, there is General Booty, and Dude Person, and Squirrel White, and Legend Journey. But there's some other names that I'm not going to react to. But yeah, those are funny. Simeon Coin as well with the 100 core crystals. It says, Jose, just getting in. Small blessings from me to you. And it's about time I can give you the blessings that's been owed. Music request, Hyperzone. I know. Hyperzone final level. Yeah, I know that you'd be happy about this, Simeon Coin, me coming back to Twitch. I knew that you'd be happy about it. But yeah, the reason why is because my YouTube completely went kaput, you know. Completely went kaput when it comes to all that. Completely went kaput. So I don't know what was going on there. It was messing up. I don't know what was going on there. We also have the NFL draft going on. Mendoza goes first for those who are interested. I just saw it right now. So let me get your music. I just want to read off this real quick for those who maybe missed it or didn't know. Mendoza goes first. D. Bailey, the edge rusher, goes second from Texas Tech. Love. Oh man, we're gonna have to do it. Love. Jeremiah Love from the Cardinals. Oh gosh, you gotta deal with that guy in the division. Dang it. Okay. C. Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State for the Titans. Okay. Linebacker A. Reese for the Giants at 5. They got a new CB in Kansas City. Sonny Styles, linebacker for the Commanders. Jay Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State for the Saints. Fano for the offensive tackles for Giants and for the Browns. Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State for the Cowboys. Ooh, interesting. Hold up here. The Rams. Nick, did you see this? The Rams go with T. Simpson. Is that Tyler Simpson? The Rams go with Ty Simpson from Alabama? Interesting. They take a quarterback at that high? They're drafting, I guess, Matthew Stafford's heir apparent and developing him, but he's not even, I mean, I watched the kid play. He's okay, but 6'2", 208, like, not a crazy athlete. At number 13? That seems like a little bit of a stretch to me. At number 13? I don't know about this one. I don't know about that pick. Maybe he ends up being good though. Maybe he ends up. Maybe he ends up being really, really, really good. I don't know. I don't know if he will, but maybe he ends up being good. But that seems like you could have went, you know, offensive line, or you could have went defensive line, or you could have went safety, or you could have. I mean, I don't. That seems weird to go quarterback at that spot. Okay, interesting. I wonder if Matthew Stafford knew about that. Anyway, Hyperzone zone final level. Message the champions players in the village. If you use stall tactics, your mom's not a very nice lady. I use some stall tactics in Pokemon Champions, so that's why you gotta do doubles. If you do doubles, then maybe you can't use as many stall tactics, you know. Alright, let's see here. Hyperzone. Final level. Final level theme. Gotta get the future up. Yeah, but do you go at number 13 there? I think maybe you wait till next year. Maybe you go in the second or third round. I mean, I don't know if you go with number 1 draft pick. Like, that to me seems... that seems to me like a little bit of a stretch. The coldest Crawford. The coldest. Hey, things happen. Some things are beyond our control, so don't feel bad. Don't feel too bad. Hey, it's all good, Simeon Coin. My Texans need some offensive line help for Shroud. Yeah, maybe they need a new quarterback. People were saying Shroud's not very good. We got to run some village lobbies someday. Oh, we will for sure. We will for sure. Probably like middle, end of the year. We'll definitely run some lobbies for sure with Pokemon Champions. Like once they add some more Pokemon. Stafford getting, but yeah, Stafford getting, Rams, the Rams called Stafford today to inform him. Okay, they called Stafford today, like right before. Okay. I mean, obviously Stafford's going to be there for the next number of years, but I don't think Stafford wants to retire. I think Stafford said that he wants to play into his 40s. So they're definitely preparing. Like, I don't think they're going to give Stafford another contract after his current contract. I think they're going to let him go, and he's going to play for somebody else in the next, probably not this year, but I think he signed a contract through, I think, next year. But probably they're going to give this kid 2 years to get ready this year and next year, and then let him play maybe in his third year. Or if Stafford pushes the issue, maybe he sits this year and then he plays next year. But I don't think Stafford's going to be there past 2 years from now. By 2027 or 2028, I don't think Stafford's going to be the starting quarterback for the Rams. There's no way you draft somebody number 13 and that guy's not going to play within the next 2 to 3 years. So I don't think they're going to give Stafford another contract unless Stafford wins the Super Bowl and balls out even more. He just won an MVP. He just won the MVP of the league. So yeah, you don't draft somebody that high unless you're like, we're not going to give you another contract after this. Like, it just seems crazy to me. Oh yeah, like no doubt Stafford's gonna play at a high level, but I don't think they want to give him another contract. Why would you draft somebody that high? Why don't you just wait till the second, third, or fourth round? Why don't you wait for later and draft you only draft somebody that high if you think that they're going to play within the next couple of years. Either you only draft somebody as a quarterback. You only draft the quarterback when you think they're gonna play soon, like that high. Now, if he's a late first rounder or a second rounder, then obviously he can sit. But at 13, at that high, that's the top 15 picks. You don't draft the quarterback that high unless you think he's gonna play soon, like more sooner than later. You know, I've never seen a quarterback that gets drafted that high and like, oh, we're gonna sit you for 3 years. That doesn't happen. You know, most quarterbacks that sit behind other quarterbacks are drafted late, or obviously second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever round, right? So I think that quarterback's going to play soon. I think he's going to play more sooner than later. Maybe the Rams forgot what a first round pick felt like. They haven't had one in a while. Maybe they went full switch to Grifter. Maybe they went full switch to Grifter. Lost their mind for a second, you know? Not game related, but did anyone watch the Clayface show? Looks pretty promising. I didn't watch it, though. I saw it on my Vizio TV though. Like I saw like the little thing for it, but I didn't watch it yet. Anyway, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book had a new trailer as well, so we should check out that trailer. It's a new overview trailer. Apparently, Yoshi cannot take damage, and Yoshi cannot die, but somehow the game works. So we will see. We will see what's happening here. we will see what's happening and what's going on. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book trailer. Let's check it out. The previews are up for this game, and everyone is saying it's actually like low-key goated, which once again caught me a little bit off guard. I didn't know how the reviewers were going to react, and this is how I usually determine whether a game is going to review well or not. I had a little bit of a switch to Grifter, went full switch to Grifter on Metroid Prime. But outside of that, this is usually how it is. And it's looked like it's going to be like a low to mid 80s game based off of what I've read from the previews. So let's check out Yoshi and the Mysterious Book overview trailer.
After you wrap...
It doesn't seem like it reminds me of Pocopia. Pocopia's trailers were never incredible, but the gameplay previews were. Because like there's no combat, there's no real combat in Pocopia. There's no like damage, you can't die, you can't, but you can, you know, there's nothing like that. So there's nothing to show like, oh, okay, this is, look at all this great combat. But the game comes out and it previews and it reviews really well. Reminds me of Yoshi. Yoshi is not going to be everybody's type of game like Pocopia, but it's probably going to come out and sell and do really well. I love the art style though.
On a big journey of discovery. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. One day, on the island where Yoshi and his friends live, a talking book named Mr. E suddenly fell from the sky. This book contains some unusual creatures, but Mr. E completely forgot its contents. So at Mr. E's request, Yoshi agrees to research the creatures inside the book. Before
Yoshi's
diving
actions.
in, let's go over some actions. Extend Yoshi's tongue to gobble things up. Aim and throw eggs. Flutter jump to hover in the air for a bit. And ground pound to slam straight down. Okay, with that in mind, let's take a peek inside. First up is this creature. There they are. Gobble 'em and...
So
Ooh,
I wanted to know what one of the
taste
things
sweet.
was here.
When you make a discovery, it gets an illustration like this. Hit it with an egg and... Oh, it got dazed. By the way, you can do a tail flick, a brand new move. By doing so, you can get the creature on your back. Oh,
Let me wear my
the
other
flower
glasses
buds
for this.
bloom when touched. Let's ground pound here.
Too bright.
Hey, a sprout popped out. Ground pound in the water, and the area becomes lush with grass. Try doing things like this to find more and more discoveries.
Real quick, so for those that are wondering still what this game is, it's essentially, it's an exploration game. Switch Up described it as Super Mario 64 in 2D with Yoshi. So it doesn't sound like it's super exciting, but the more that you actually see the different buddies, the more tips that you get to explore, the more that you have to do like objectives to get more things. So it's an exploration based game. Definitely kids can play, and it's like kind of like for kids, but adults that want to kind of go through all the different stuff that you can do and exploration, that's kind of what this game is. Like I said, Switch Up described it as Mario 64 in 2D, and VGC, IGN, a lot of different places were very positive on the review of the previews, when usually they're kind of negative on kids games. They were positive on this one, pretty positive. Even to the point where Switch Up said, you guys are not ready for how good the game is. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not ready. No damage, can't die. What's going to go on here? It was kind of like Pocopia. This is, like I said, it's giving me Pocopia vibes. Like, I was like, I guess the game is good, but I guess you just got to play it, right?
There's also a big discovery that sparkles like this. Once you find it, your research will come to an end.
Thank
After
you. Made
you've
so many
wrapped up,
satisfying discoveries.
You can give the
you're-
creature a name. Come up with your own, or ask Mr. E for a suggestion.
Uh-oh. Suggestion.
This creature is called Crazy Daisy.
Crazy Daisy.
Creatures are listed by order of discovery. If you haven't found a discovery yet, it'll appear like this. By using tokens you've collected, you can predict discoveries and unlock hints. There seems to be more to
Drop
discover
a
about
flower
this creature.
from near grass with buds that have bloomed, then accept the gift. So yeah, you gotta go in, you see tips, you find out what you gotta do, then you get more discoveries.
Creatures inside the book. One that sings musical notes. A bee-like creature that chases you in a swarm. And a fluffy one that keeps multiplying. Who knows what you'll find? As you progress, more chapters will unlock, expanding your research to include mountains, seasides, valleys, and more. You'll come across creatures with different traits. So enjoy researching areas and finding all sorts of discoveries. Hey, it's Bowser Jr.
Yoshi again. Hey, are you looking for the
Looks like he and
bothered
Comic
bird?
are searching for something inside this book as well. Wonder what it is.
Oh, I remember that guy. From Yoshi's Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
What kinds of discoveries will you make to fill these pages?
Ba-dam.
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Available May 21st only on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. The Yoshi and the Mysterious Book game supports the amiibo figures shown on screen.
What sort of luck will we have today,
Tap
eh?
an amiibo to receive a fortune, as well as tokens based on its result.
That's good. Extra tokens.
You can then use the tokens to predict new discoveries.
All right, there you go. Like I said, we don't know once the game. We'll see how it comes out, but it's looking to me like a mid-80s type of game, like a low to mid-80s. So as long as we can avoid the 7s, right? It's looking to me like that type. Now we'll see if it is bigger or better or whatever. I gotta see like how much variety that they have within like the boss battles and because like I said, Yoshi can't die, Yoshi can't take any damage. So how do they make it to where it's exciting as other, you know, Yoshi games? Because before in the past you could. I don't know. Like, you know, like I said, we'll see. We'll see if it was the right or wrong choice later down the line. But the art style looks incredible. Art style looks incredible. I don't know how well it's going to play or not. Like I said, yeah, it looks mid. It looks like it's not good. Same as Pocopia. It looks kind of mid. Pocopia looked kind of mid. Unless you're really into that. But then once you play the game, like I said, the previews are saying the game is awesome. Looks mid, but apparently the previews are saying that it's really good. So I don't know. They were much more positive previews on this game than there were on Metroid Prime 4. And Metroid Prime 4 looked way cooler than this game. Metroid Prime 4 looked way better. Samus looked awesome in that game. And the previews came back a lot more negative than this game. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yoshi's Island from 30 years ago looked way better. Well, they're different art styles, but I disagree. I think that this is actually, they take Yoshi's Island, because I'm a huge fan of that game. They took that game and they tried to adapt it to like HD, and they tried to adapt that art style from back then. So I'm going to have to disagree with that one. Actually, I think this one looks really good. But I don't think it looked better than the one from 30 years ago. I don't think so. And I like that game. I like this art style more. Now, and if you want to compare that game from 30 years ago to some of the more recent Yoshi games, like the Crafted World and Woolly World, yes, I think that one looks better. But I don't know if it looks better than this one. No, not from what I've seen right now.
I want to shake your hand.
Justin with the
way
3.
This generation of Nintendo is going is the generation of games that look mid or weird but end up being great.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah, exactly. You says, you mean gameplay wise look way better? It's like yes and no. Once again, I gotta play the game. Yoshi's gameplay from Yoshi's Island, it was essentially 2D platformer with different, like, you got like the watermelon seeds, you got like the different things, and like the Baby Mario thing. Like the gameplay is completely different. So until I actually play it, it's hard for me to say which one is better, because I can see this one looking, based off the previews and what people are saying, I can see this one, the gameplay looking like it could be cool, but how is it going to hold up for the course of the generation of the game? Exploration is awesome. Finding different platforming segments, like jumping on things, that's all awesome. All that stuff is great. You know, this looks more dynamic considering the amount of buddies that you can do, that you can like have, you know, like to explore. So this one seems like it's going to be way more dynamic than that, because the game on the Super Nintendo all those years ago, it's pretty one-dimensional-ish. You get eggs, you shoot eggs, and then you platform. That's really what it comes down to. Get eggs, shoot eggs, platform, and then find the different stars. Like, so just look, but this one seems like it's like, okay, there's a bunch of different animal buddies or things. They all have different types of environments. They all have different types of gameplay hooks of what you do. So I want to see what they do, the different hooks for all these different types of things. So gameplay wise, this is definitely way more dynamic than that original game 30 years ago. That's not even close. That original game, it's awesome, but really, you get eggs, you shoot eggs, and then you collect flower points, and like there's different secrets here and there. This game can have all of that when it comes to, you can still have eggs and all that, and you can still shoot them as well. But then this one also has all these different objective-based things within the levels based off of all the different types of animal little buddies that you can get and all of that. So it's definitely more dynamic than that game 30 years ago. We gotta put that out there, because I love that game. That's one of my favorite games of all time, is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Like it's definitely like a top 50 game for me, you know, so I love that game, but it doesn't seem more dynamic. Now, once again, we have to wait and see once the game comes out, and we'll play it more and we'll get more information, but we'll see how it actually works out. It might be more lame, you know, we'll have to find out. Prime isn't very long, so just stick with it. I don't know how many hours you're into it, but it's not a very long game. I mean, you can beat it in less than 15 hours. Like, it's not long. Oji, do you think we'll see a bundle for Raiders Amiibo? Seems odd that they only being done in Japan right now. I definitely want 2 of them or 3 of them bundled. Would be nice. I'm not really sure. I haven't really looked into that, JViews, so I'd have to look into it more before I know if they're gonna do anything like that. Yoshi can't die, so I'm guessing it plays like Wario Land 2 Game Boy. I mean, I don't think it plays like that. No, not based off of what I saw there. No. No, the gameplay is different. So no, I don't think so. But I mean, we'll see. Like I said, you saw the trailer, so it's an exploration-based game with different animal buddies that you get, that you have to find out different environments and what they do in them in order to research more about them. That's really what it is. So there's a variety of different objectives to find out in their habitat. So that's definitely different from the that Wario game from the Game Boy. That's not the same. Let's see. Nintendo's onto a different formula with a lot of Switch 2 games, which is throwing people for a loop. Yeah, it's throwing people for a loop for sure. This game is way prettier than Yoshi's Island. The game is the game is graphically speaking, based off the previews and based off of what I looked at and saw, graphically speaking, the game is incredible. It looks, the 2D art is immaculate. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Oh, good. I already got the physical copy pre-ordered. I'm debating if I should just pull the trigger on the amiibo now or wait for potential to get announced. Yeah, I mean, I think that if it was going to happen anytime soon, they would have already announced it, right, J-Views? So I'm guessing that it's not going to happen, but we'll see, you know? I'm guessing it's not. The difference is that Pocopia's Pokemon, correct me if I'm wrong, but had Yoshi had this big, had big sales by himself outside of Yoshi's Island. Well, I mean, all the Yoshi games sell well. Like, they all sell millions of copies. So, I mean, obviously, it doesn't sell as good as Pokopia. I mean, Pokopia is selling incredible. But all of the Yoshi games are all multi-million sellers. Every single one of them. So, I mean, but nobody's expecting Yoshi to sell as good as a Pokemon game, you know? Let's see. I enjoyed Yoshi's Island on the SNES and GBA. Yeah, it plays like it, but it doesn't really play like it. Like I said, think Mario 64 in 2D with Yoshi. That's the general gist of the type of game that it seems like. It's an exploration-based game. Like Mario 64 is platforming, but it's also a lot of exploration as well and manipulating the environment in order to get new objectives. So that's what Switch Up describes it as, you know. And I can see that when you, it's like I said, it's hard because it's not traditional. Like, what does Yoshi do? You know, you go left to right, you shoot eggs, you eat things, and then you collect flower points, right? That's usually what Yoshi does. That's what he does in his games, you know? So, let's see here. So I hope it has a lot of hope it has a lot of content. I'm guessing that it will have a lot of content. I mean, it's a 2D game, so most of Nintendo's 2D games, obviously, you know, not obviously, but have a lot of different levels. So I'm guessing it does have a lot of different levels and different things to do in the game. It could be a short game with a lot of replay value. I don't really know. But, I mean, the way that Nintendo's pricing it, it seems like it's going to be packed based off of what we've seen so far. And there's going to be, like, a lot of things that you can go back and play the game. Like I said, from what we've seen so far. We have to wait and see for the reviews. I'm guessing a low to mid-80s type of game, which would be good. I think that's better than the Crafted World or Woolly World. I think those are rated in the high 70s. So I'm guessing it's going to be a bit better than those. I thought MP4 was a solid game. I would have been good to have a little more monster diversity, but I beat the game. Yeah, I loved MP4. I liked it more than MP2 and MP3. I thought it was better than those, and I liked it just as much as MP1. I like MP1 maybe a little bit more, but like I liked the game a lot. I thought it was great because the controls and the gameplay was fun. Now, obviously, there's the green crystal stuff. Yeah, a little bit more enemy variety. The Grievers type stuff could have been a bit better, but the actual like Metroid Prime levels and like the bosses were phenomenal. Were fantastic. Final boss maybe not the best, but I had fun fighting. But the controls just to me were significantly better than any other Metroid Prime game, like by a country mile, like significantly better. And the performance of the game, the resolution, the frame rate, the styles that you can play, all of that was top notch. Obviously the graphics look incredible, music was really good, so I found it to be fun. Let's see here, but I understand why some people didn't like it as much as well too. I get that as well. I did a review on the game, so go check out my review if you want. Oh man, MP4 bosses were all excellent. Played the entire game with mouse mode from start to finish, had 0 issues. Oh yeah. Mouse mode 120 FPS. That's another way to play. That could be fun. Mouse mode 120 FPS. Easily locking down shots. Yeah. I did do the fusion controls where you go from here, boom, to mouse. I did try that out and I thought that was pretty good, you know? Or where you can go boom, then boom. You can like just, and you can do like all, it's pretty fluid, you know? I think, like I said, if they lock down, kind of get rid of the little hub world, empty hub world stuff, maybe make some of the motorcycle, if they're going to do the motorcycle thing again, like make it towards only certain segments or like a certain level, and kind of make it towards an interconnected world again, but just like all like the dungeon stuff from Metroid Prime 4, but like just make that expand upon that and make it better. I think they can have a really good game for Metroid Prime 5. I didn't have a pro controller at the time, so I was full committed to mouse mode. Oh, nice. Or I mean, you can still use the what's it called? You can still use the doggo mode. There's still doggo mode. the little controller where you put the Joy-Cons and you can hold it like that. You can still do that. But yeah, having the mouse mode is good. Let's see. It's true. I'll check out back in June. Nintendo's planning to later drop for the US that's separate from Japan. Kind of how they did with the Pragmata, although the third party still. Yeah. Some people are talking about that. I guess we can get into the whole Assassin's Creed thing. Some people are saying there's no Switch 2 version. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag resynced. I don't like Assassin's Creed, so I don't want to act like I don't love Assassin's. It's okay. I don't love it. So I don't want to act like I care like too much about it. But apparently, like I said, it's skipping Switch 2 for right now, and it's gonna come later, probably. But right now it's not, and I think it's out this summer. So I'm guessing that the Switch 2 version will probably be out in the fall, or like winter. But anyway, yeah, there's also that information. There's also that news that came out. Looks cool, looks good, but like I always want to be excited about Assassin's Creed, and I try to play them, and every time I play them, I just drop them after like 10 hours. That is my problem with Assassin's Creed. It's just, I just end up dropping the game very quickly. So I think that's the issue that kind of that I'm dealing with, man, is that I drop it pretty quickly. So yeah. Yeah, I know Black Flag is peak. I know it's really good, and I've played it, but I end up just not sticking with the games. You know, I end up just dropping the games every time. Like, Shadows dropped. Odyssey dropped. 3 dropped. Like, I have not finished an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 2 on the Xbox 360. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, hey, Ezio, the other ones dropped. Oh God, what else? How many other Assassin's Creed games have I played? I've tried them, and they always just end up dropping them after 10 hours. So 10 to 20 hours. That seems to just be like the standard for Assassin's Creed. Because it's always just really grindy, and the gameplay is not good enough for me to do like the grinding aspects of the gameplay. The movement, the combos, what you get in the game, it's just not saucy enough to continue. It's just not for me. So not for me. You literally took my thought about Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it's just, I always end up just dropping the games, man. I never end up sticking with them just because I just don't. Assassin's Creed is boring, overrated franchise. I mean, it is what it is, man. I think the last game was an 8 out of 10 type deal, so I think this game will probably be better. Let me look up what that one was. Assassin's Creed. It makes sense to go to Black Flag after the situation that happened with what's it called? With Assassin's Creed Shadows. It makes sense to go back to that one. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think this one, Metacritic wise, yeah, this one reviewed really high. This one had an 88 average on Metacritic. Well, the PS3 version. Which version was reviewed the most? Oh my God! Back then they reviewed so many different versions of the game. So back then the PS4. Wait, the PS4 version was reviewed. For some reason, the PS3 version was reviewed more than the PS4 version. So the Xbox 360 version has 35 reviews for 86. The PS3 version has 36 reviews for 88. So that's the version that everybody sees when they look it up. The Wii U version had 5 reviews for 86 average. The PC version had 10 reviews for 84 average. And the PS4 version had 29 reviews for a 83 average. But I'm guessing the PS4 version came out later. Did it? No, it came out pretty much right around the same time. Oh, it came out a little bit. Yeah, it came out a little bit later because the PS4 had not launched. The PS4 launched in November. So it was a launch title, or it was near the launch. So they couldn't review the PS4 version. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, good reviewed game. So it makes sense there. But yeah, I think it should review just as good, or about as good, right? Maybe it reviews even a little bit better than the original game. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome. AC fell off after Black Flag, which is ironic. That it's not coming to Switch 2 day and date, but it's fine. July is Digimon and Splatoon Raiders month as far as right now. Yeah, I mean, I think it comes out, what, July 9th? So for me, yeah, that's Digimon for me as well. I'm going to be playing Digimon. I'm not going to be playing Assassin's Creed. I mean, I might get a review code, so I might check it out. I mean, I will get a review code. Ubisoft has me signed up for their thing. So I might check it out, but I mean, I'm going to be playing, yeah, Digimon. I'm going to be checking and like making content on Digimon. And of course, Splatoon Raiders comes out, I think the end of the month, right? So, do you think Metroid Prime 5, if they experiment with third person like RE9 does, or first person to integral to what Prime is? I think they can do they can do both. They can experiment with it. Black Flag was boring, and that's what Assassin's Creed fans call peak. I feel sorry for them. I didn't finish Black Flag. That's like Angel OJ and like Evil OJ, you know, like in the back of my mind, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, yeah, but if you guys call this peak, this franchise is trash. I'll keep it a buck, man. That's what I was thinking in the back of my head. But I mean, I know everybody thinks that Assassin's Creed is like Black Flag is really good, so I don't want to like duke you on what people like. But I mean, I'll be honest, that's what I was thinking in the back of my head. I just didn't say it out loud. But yeah, if that's peak, then this franchise is absolutely trash. But I didn't want to say anything because people do like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. Like, whatever people's opinions on peak or what's good or not, my opinion on Assassin's Creed is irrelevant. Like, it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean the game is not good. It really doesn't mean that. And I want to make sure that I stress this, that what I think is trash or not does not matter. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, because what matters is the proof is in the pudding when it comes to what people like. It doesn't matter that I think The Witcher 3 is trash. Lots of people think The Witcher 3 is good. It doesn't matter that I think Cyberpunk would be way better in third person. Lots of people think differently and think it's one of the greatest things of all time. So it's irrelevant. Like, I'm just one small speck of dust in this huge world, you know? So it doesn't really matter. But that is what I was thinking. You know, that is what I was thinking. I was thinking that because I played Black Flag. And at no point did I think that, oh my gosh, this game is incredible. And I think for me, I think it comes down to the pacing, controls, and just the vibe of Assassin's Creed. There's like a there's like a stench, not a bad stench, but just a different stench to the Assassin's Creed games that I just personally don't vibe with. Like, I like open world, but when I play open world, I'm vibing with games like, the problem is that it's up against stuff like Xenoblade, or it's up against stuff like, you know, Dragon Quest, or it's up against stuff like that when I play open world. And those games control, vibe, music, everything is just significantly better. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, you know, like I said, Xenoblade, Dragon Quest, like Dragon Quest 11, for example. There's just so many other games that I can think of that just, the sauce is just better. So I think that's the problem that I have. But once again, to Nick and to people that do like it, that think it's peak or think that it's really good, what we say doesn't matter. There are lots of people who agree with you. There are millions upon millions upon millions. And if those millions of people were here, we'd be getting flamed out. We'd be getting, you know, like, what the heck are you talking? We'd be looking stupid, right? Because they'd be bashing us and our opinion. So that's the reason why I say it doesn't really matter, because there are so many people who disagree. You know, like I said, proof is in the pudding when it comes to the actual gamers. You got to listen to the will of the gamers, right? And the will of the gamers say that Assassin's Creed 4 is really good. It's a really good game. So that's really what it comes down to, man. It comes down to that, you know? I thought you disliked Dragon Quest music. I don't like Dragon Quest music, but I was talking about the actual Dragon Quest open world gameplay. I like that. When it comes to the music, I was talking more about Xenoblade, or I was talking more about Zelda, or I was talking more about stuff like that. Yeah, I'd even take I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is much better than Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, oh my god, like, I'll take Rebirth any day of the week over Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think Rebirth is way, 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 way better. I don't think it's particularly close between Rebirth and Assassin's Creed. So that's just my opinion though. Black Flag did the pirate ship battles the best. The water physics ahead of its time back in 2013. A lot of guys in here were too young, didn't play it. Oh well, okay. You know, the funny thing is, like, when you talk about pirate ship, it did pirate ship battles the best. It's like, did it do it better than Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast? I don't know if it did. No, I mean, obviously the pirate battles were more visceral. They were probably better. But like, every time that I was doing pirate battles, I was like, yo, what if I could cast this magic over my ship and then I could hit him with this, like Skies of Arcadia back in like 2000 or 2000 for the Dreamcast. And like, I played it again on the GameCube. So like 2003 on the GameCube or something like that. So they have ship battles. They have ship battles in there, but they're sky ships. They're not in the ocean. They're in the sky. But yeah, the ship battles and all that. I maybe I'm just not a swashbuckler. And you know what else I'm thinking? I'm thinking about the little crappy ship battles in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, where it was nothing elaborate, but it was like kind of cool. Like, boom, you put up the cannon, be like, boo, 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 be hitting like big old sea urchins and stuff like that. You'd be hitting people like in outposts, sinking other ships. I was thinking of like Wind Waker HD ship battles, which are really crappy in comparison, but we're fun. So maybe I'm not a ship battle guy. Maybe I'm not a pirate ship battle guy. Yeah, I'm not a swashbuckler. I think for swashbuckling though, I think that they definitely did a really good job. Let's see here. Skies of Arcadia, classic. Make sure you guys hit that like button too. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. We're on the shoutouts, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys. And even without that big Anano, man, we would still be at 148 combos for today. So thank you guys. You guys are always showing up here. You guys are always being goated, man. So thank you so much. If you have questions, comments, all that good stuff, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your questions. Appreciate you guys coming through like always, man. You guys have been incredible. Let's get those questions answered though. If you have those questions, let me know. And I got you. I got you for today. So let's do it. Oh yeah, Tomodachi Life. Let's talk about Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life had a big launch in Japan. Like, we knew that this game was gonna do well. We knew that this game was going to do really good. But I didn't know how good it was going to do. Like, I didn't know it was going to be this good. Because Tomodachi Life sold a staggering 565,405 copies, not including digital, where I think it is #1 on the Switch 1 eShop. If I'm not correct, it's #1 on there. So Tomodachi Life is absolutely Tomodachi dominating. It's Tomodominating at this point. So pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy that it sold that much, and it actually boosted Switch 1 sales to be in somewhat proximity of Switch 2. Switch 1 sold 31,496 units the past week in Japan. Switch 2 sold 44,280 units. So pretty impressive. Pretty impressive to see Tomodachi Life take over. That's a lot of units, not including digital. That's a ton of units. So I can go on the app and check the what's it called? Check everything right here. The best sellers. I think I can. Where'd it go? Did it move somewhere? Okay, yeah, here we go. So yeah, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream is #1. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is #2. Smash Brothers is #3, and Pokemon is #4. Fire Red Leaf Green is #4. So Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Pokemon Legends, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Pokemon Champions Starter Pack, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Leaf Green, Nintendo Switch Sports, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, MLB The Show, Mario 3D World Deluxe, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Hogwarts Legacy. It's only $8, so yeah. And Super Mario Galaxy 2 by itself. So yeah, like that's what's going on there. Pokemon Pocopia is still #1 on the Switch, which is crazy. It's going on a near 2-month run of being #1 on the eShop for Pokemon Pocopia. And Mario Kart World is #2. People, I think it's now confirmed, people are buying that at $80 for Mario Kart World. Pragmata is #3 and Mouse PI is #4. So you got some third-party stuff. And Vampire Crawlers, #5. So good stuff there. Pragmata might be higher than that though, because the Pragmata on the deluxe edition for $70, that one's #8. So if you added Pragmata, the regular plus the deluxe, it might be over Mario Kart World, but they do it separately. But anyway, yeah, not bad for Tomodachi Life. Beat Skies of Arcadia at the age of 19 players is nice. Let's go. Yeah, man, tell me about. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna move on to something else. Let's see here. RGT says the eShop charts don't matter. The eShop charts definitely matter, especially for a game like Pocopia, because we found out that the digital sales of Pocopia were like 1 million plus in Japan alone. So that would be on the eShop. I think having 1 million plus in sales, which once again, that's confirmed from Nintendo because we were able to see the physical sales. So having 1 million plus when it comes to Japanese, like 1 million plus sales in that first 4 days of just digital eShop charts alone. Yeah, that eShop charts definitely mean something. Absolutely. So, yeah. A lot of games sell digital now, man. Like you can't discount the eShop charts. You can't discount them. A lot of people are buying games digital now, you know? So. Let's see here. Elliot is June 18th, so it's about 2 weeks after Rebirth. Oh, man. I think that's what's going on with me right now. I'm kind of like, I'm done with Xenoblade, but I want to get into my next big RPG adventure, but I kind of want to do it with the games upcoming. I kind of want to do it with one of the new games and not go back to old games, because I've been stalling on Trails in the Sky first chapter. I've been super stalling on getting back to that. So I've been playing like Pokemon Champions. I've just been playing like Xenoblade X, but I kind of just want to like jump fresh into like maybe Yoshi at the end of May, and then jump into like a big like, you know, JRPG, like, you know, Adventures of Elliot in June. The only problem, like, and I get like the whole game key card, like I don't know, that one should have just been a regular key card, like a regular game card. That shouldn't have been a key card for, like, considering like people are gonna buy that on Nintendo Switch too. Like that's probably gonna sell best on Switch too. They should have put the money up for that, but whatever. Square Enix being lame-o. But yeah, I'm still gonna pick it up on Switch too. Like it looks awesome. I'm looking forward to that game. So I think I want to jump fresh into that one. Let's see here. It says, as soon as I saw internet required on the BF, I think it meant Black Flag, resynced box, physical box. It was, that was it. No longer buying it. Pragmata is complete on disc with all trophies. So why is it DRM from Ubisoft? What a joke. Well, I mean, I'm guessing that Pragmata is a significantly smaller game compared to Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed games are massive. Pragmata is definitely smaller. So I don't think we can compare the file size. So Pragmata file size. So the Pragmata file size is 33 gigabytes. So it's 33 gigabytes. So it fits pretty easily on there. Just going off Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows file size is about 102 gigabytes. So it's a lot more data. So that's the reason why maybe Pragmata is on the disc and why Assassin's Creed Shadows is not. Or Assassin's Creed isn't. Because it's probably going to be like a 100 gigabyte game. It's probably going to be that big. It's probably going to be like that. Assassin's Creed games are large, so that's the reason. That is the reason. Let's see here. That's why I'm waiting for Elliot. Yeah, I'm waiting for Elliot, man. Elliot's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm looking forward to playing Elliot quite a bit. All right. If you guys have questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence plays by itself. More than happy to answer all of your questions. Let's go. We have until September to beat Trails in the Sky. I know, seriously. I have until September. I don't know, man. After playing Xeno X, I'm like, man, Xeno X is like so much more fun and better. I kind of don't want to go back to. I kind of want to just play something else, man. But I got to get through it because apparently Trails in the Sky second chapter is like goated. Apparently it's goated, so apparently it's really good. Let's see, did Chipster say AC isn't coming to Switch 2? He might be an insider. Yeah, there you go. Everything he says that's not coming usually ends up coming. So, insider Tripster, back at it again. Yo, we're back at it again, man. We're back at it again with Yoshi too. We gotta talk about that. You playing Street Fighter 6 Tifa gets added to the added like the rumors indicate. I mean, I might, but we'll see. I gotta see what she is and how she plays and all that. So, fave game with Yoshi in the cast. Favorite game with Yoshi in the cast. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, for sure. My favorite Yoshi game by far. Let's see here. Enjoy your chill streams for now, OJ. As soon as the Colossal Direct will be upon us, where you won't have time to stop and breathe. Yeah, I know. I mean, really, like when it comes to like a lot of the content, I haven't had time to stop and breathe for a bit. Like every day, you know, I don't have an editor, so every day it's new content, new this, new that. I mean, I did have a little bit of time for my birthday last week and for like some of the stuff, but it's been like I got to do the Xenoblade. I got to like Saturday morning. I'm gonna really put together that Xenoblade video, so I'm gonna be working all day plus, you know, plus the Spawncast. So I'm gonna try to get that Xenoblade out on Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. So I'm gonna wake up early, get everything set up, get ready to go, maybe record some more footage. So I gotta get that done, but I gotta write out or finish the script more. Like I've already started it, but I gotta finish what I'm gonna talk about. But I don't want it to be super long. I don't want it to be really long. I only want it to be like 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that range. So gotta get that done. So just got done with the video, the top 30 best games or biggest leaks and rumored games. So did that video. That video took a long time. That video took like 8 hours to make, man. 7-8 hours to make. So that was long. But I'm planning some other videos. Like I'm planning like top 25 GBA games. I'm planning some other big videos for the upcoming weeks. So you get a little bit of time, maybe like Sundays. You get a little bit of time, but then you also got to get right back at it, man. Oh, there's definitely going to be a big direct, man. There's definitely going to be a big direct. There's definitely going to be one. And I'm not going to have as much time. But, hey, look, this is what I signed up for, man. This is good stuff. It's good work. It's good work. Hey, what's up, RX Gaming? Welcome, man. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. But, yes, I love me some Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I do love that game. I think it's very, very, very fun. I think it's very good. The one thing about Tomodachi Life too, guys, is that Tomodachi Life, Tomodachi Life sold, I think Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, it outsold the DS and the 3DS game combined for the debut sales. I think the 3DS game debuted with 300 something thousand or 400,000, and then the DS game debuted with like 100,000. So it actually outsold both of those combined. And that doesn't even include digital, because remember, 3DS digital wasn't as big back then, and DS had no digital like that. So people definitely weren't downloading digital like that on 3DS and DS back in the day. So Tomodachi Life actually cooked the previous games. So interesting to say the least, because this is a weird little quirky franchise that's not like Mario and Zelda, not like that, but be able to sell 500,000 copies plus, not including digital, in Japan in the first few days. That's wild, man. That's wild. Once Orbitals gets dated, it'll be a wrap. One of the few games I'm looking forward to this summer. Oh yeah, Orbitals looks really good. Okay, you were talking to Dane, not me, but it's all good. Orbitals looks really good. Yoshi's Island definitely rocks. I think Yoshi's Island is very hard. Yoshi's Island is hard? Nah, you just suck. You think Yoshi's Island is hard? You're just trash at the game, Felipe. I mean, no, that game is not hard. I beat that game a bazillion times. That game is not hard. You're just trash at the game. You just gotta get good at it, get better. But it's not a hard game at all. Oh my gosh, it's annoying to play. I mean, maybe, but you just trash at the game, bro. It was a kid's game back then. It's a kid's game now. Like, little kids used to beat that game back in the day. It's not a hard game. It's not a hard game. I mean, can it be a little annoying? Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, enemies move in predictable patterns for the most part. Like, there's not a ton of things that can kill you, really. Yeah, you have to hit Baby Yoshi, or you have to get Baby Yoshi before he gets taken off by Kamek. But it's not a hard game. Like, I beat that game so many times. I know it like the back of my hand. Like, it's not hard. It's actually quite easy. Bro, think he's playing Silk. Yeah, Silk Song's way harder. Oh my god, Silk Song's like 10 times hard, 20 times, 30 times harder than Yoshi, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. That's like a million. There's so many more harder games that Nintendo's made over the years than like that game. So yeah, no, man, I don't know. Just not good at it, you know. So I think that's really what it comes down to, is that if you actually played it and understood the mechanics more, you'd be like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad. I think it's just annoying because it's like, okay, Baby Yoshi cries, he gets, he can be taken off, like the timer. So I think that's annoying. I get that, but it's not hard. Like I said, once you understand enemy attack patterns, like how enemies attack and what they do, it's like, it's like once again, Yoshi himself can't die. I mean, you just get eggs, you shoot eggs. I mean, I don't know. The Yoshi in the Mysterious Book will be good, Felipe. He can't die. Yeah, it's not going to be as annoying as the Super Nintendo game. You heard Stray is getting a Switch 2 update. Finally, I can unseal the copy I got years ago. I bought Little Strays by mistake, and that one sucked. Yeah, I did hear that Stray is getting a Switch 2 version. I still to this day don't know why people thought that game was like goated or something. I think, didn't that get nominated for Game of the Year? I think it did. Or did it get nominated for Game of the Year? Somebody double check for me. But yeah, whatever. I mean, maybe I'll check out the Switch 2 version. I don't know. So people believing Black Flag remake won't go to Switch 2 or for Rude Awakening. Oh, every Ubisoft game will be on the machine. I don't know if every Ubisoft game will be, but yeah, Black Flag is probably coming later. It'll probably be announced like at a Nintendo Direct or something. So, like I said, but I don't really care about Black Flag. I'll be honest. Like I don't care. So I'll check it out on PS5 Pro. I'll get a review code. I'll check it out on PS5 Pro. See if I'll like it. I probably won't. Oh, I probably will like it, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then I'll play it for a bit. I'm like, back to the Ubisoft grind. I'm good. You know, like I'm out. So that's probably. I mean, I already know what's gonna happen. It's like it feels good to play. Everything sounds and feels good to play at the beginning. You're into it. 10 hours later, you're like, yeah, I'm out. Or 15 hours later, you're like, yeah, I'm out. That's like every Assassin's Creed game for me for like the past like 20 years or something like that. Like past like decade, 15 years, it's been like, oh, it's cool at the beginning, then I'm out, you know, every single one. So fun fact that the red 8 coin system was originally from Yoshi's Island, and Yoshi is a route of exploration and collecting items. Super Mario 64 adapted the red coin system when released. Yeah, there you go. We learn from each other. Will you try out Crimson Desert? I played it for 40 hours and hate the game. I'm sorry, Boo Boo. I don't mean to laugh at your pain. He said, I tried it for 40 hours and I hate the game. Bruh, imagine playing something for 40 hours and hating it. I don't know if I've ever played a game for 40 hours and hated it. Like, I don't know if I ever have. 40 hours and hate the game? That's a lot to play to hate the game. Maybe you're trying to just feel it out to see if it got better. That's why everyone says it gets better. But I don't think I've ever put 40 hours into a game that I hate. But yes, I'll try out Crimson Desert. They're still patching the game and updating it. So I'll try it out when it's like a Wario 64 upside down special. Wait, is this avatar upside down anymore? I don't know if it's upside down anymore. I think it might be normal now. Anyway, I'll try it out when it's a Wario 64 special. You know, late night, sometime in November, Wario just pops up out of nowhere. Oh, you know, he just pops up out of nowhere, and Crimson Desert for $25.97 on Woot. You know, it's got to be on Woot, not on Amazon, on Woot, which is an affiliate of Amazon, right? So $27.65 on Woot at 1 a.m. That's the best time to shop for games that came out early in the year. 1 a.m. in November. Just book it, guys. 1 a.m. November. Wario just says, he just comes out. It's like he just comes down like Sephiroth in Super Smash Brothers. Like when like the announcement for Sephiroth, like dun, 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 and it's just Wario just coming down with like game deals. Literally, it's like every time. November, 1 a.m. You're asleep, but you just like wake up like the Undertaker. Like the coffin, like you just like, and the music just starts. Yeah, that's me. I just wake up and then I literally, and you guys think that I'm capping here, but there has been times where I'm just asleep and I just go, and I just wake up and I check my phone and Wario is like, this game is on sale. I'm talking about like Black Friday specials and like, you know, holiday, and I just wake up randomly. Like something just tells me to wake up and it's a Wario 64 special, and I'm like, cool. And I buy the games, and then I don't play them. And then I buy the games, and then I don't play them. That's the best part of Wario 64 specials. That's the best part of gaming. Is getting a great deal on a game, saying that you bought the game, but then never actually playing the game. That's like part of being a gamer in today's day. It's buying a game, not actually playing it, but saying, I got it. And just being, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. You know, so that's definitely me with like a lot of PS5 games. Where a lot of Switch 1 games too. Switch 1 and PS5. I've bought so many Switch 1 and PS5 games, and I take it and I go, huh. And I put it on my shelf. Never to be seen or heard from again. Never to be seen or heard, or unless I say something. Unless I say something like, oh, I bought these games. But a lot of these Switch 1 games, like, I can show you guys. Let me give you guys I think almost all of them. Okay, I did play Paper Mario because Nintendo gave me that. So I did a sponsored vid, but I did play. They gave me a digital copy. But Pepper Grinder, bought this. I think I played the demo, never unboxed it. I did play Fantasia, and I think it's good. I got to get back to it. But like Mario Galaxy, sealed. Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Redemption, I already played this back in the day, but sealed. Borderlands 3, bought these all on discount. Sealed. All sealed. For the most part. It's crazy. I've bought all of these recently, too. Somewhat recently. There's more, though. It's not just these ones. Hold up. I've got some more. I think I got more. Hold up. What are these games? Okay. Yeah, here we go. I got some more. Well, not this game. This game's stupid. But Sonic, Mario and Sonic, because this got delisted. Bought it. Definitely not gonna play. Subnautica. You guys told me about this game being good. I was like, sure, I'll pick it up, and I literally forgot about it. So, like, these are all discounted down, by the way. These are all less than, like, 30 bucks or less. So, that's my thing right now, man. That's my thing right now. Yeah, indirectly investing. Indirectly. Did you see Josie had a Tomodachi play and created Spawncast characters? Pretty funny stuff. I haven't seen it yet. I need to check it out. Your reaction to Sephiroth, this classic show the cast sometime? Sephiroth! If I can, let me see if I can find it. Then I can show you guys my reaction to Sephiroth. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Smash Ultimate Sep. Let me see if I can find the reaction to Sephiroth. I don't know where it's at. I do not know. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I don't know where my reaction is. I know it's somewhere here, but let me see if it's in the live. Playing Sephiroth. Yeah, I don't know where my reaction is. Yeah, I do not know where my reaction is. I just have the playing Sephiroth. So if somebody can find it for me, because I don't want to spend too much time right now. If somebody can find it for me, that'd be great. Thank you, Dior, like always. Shout out to Dior. Alright. He found it before I even finished. Oh, here we go! Okay, here we go. Smash already! Yo! Who is it? Oh, it's already... Okay! What? Smash! Oh, Mewtwo? Okay. Princess? Oh, snap. World of Light? Pit? Who is it? Oh, baby. Who is it? Oh! No! Oh, no! Sephiroth! What? Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! The video's all messed up. Sephiroth! Oh baby! Sephiroth! Sephiroth! Yes! Sephiroth! Let's go! Pathetic! Pathetic! Oh god dang it! Anime swordsman, damn right! Oh my god! Oh, he's walking through! Get out of here, Bayonetta! Mario! Woo! Oh god! This is painful! No, god! On this slash! Oh! So good. Oh, So good, man. We need that hype back we need a new Smash. We need a new Smash and we need that hype back, man. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Such a great reveal, dude. Such a great reveal. Back then you need a heart rate tracker for those crazy I know, seriously. Oh man, you need a heart rate tracker for those, man. You need a heart rate tracker for those. Those are crazy, man. Those are crazy reveals. Insane trailer. Insane trailer. We need the Smash, dude. Once we get Smash back, don't worry, it's gonna be super hype. Once we get Smash back, I mean, my hair's not coming back like that. we're not gonna run the high top fade anymore. But my hair ain't coming back, but that hype will come back. Don't worry, it's coming back. That's coming back, man. That's coming back. Oh my gosh, good stuff. Maybe I'll put together a video of all my reactions to like every character announced. Maybe I can find all that. We should watch the original Smash reveal at that March 2018 direct. I mean, well, maybe like I said, maybe I'll put together a video, guys. I don't want to just start watching all of them right now. But maybe I'll put together a video and we'll put that out there because every now and then you guys say, let's watch a reaction. I'll put together a video where we'll have all my reactions to Smash, and maybe I'll put that out there, or maybe I'll make it and then we'll put it all together at some point because there's a lot of reactions. When do you expect Smash for Switch 2? I'm not sure. Or if Sakurai even started planning the stage yet. Oh, he's definitely already started development. I don't think it's even talking about planning. Pfft, yeah, right. Planned, already in development. Or planned and already in development. 100%. Not even close. When it comes to, but yeah, I made a video on this already. So if you want to get like an in-depth answer, you can check out my video. Just type in Smash 6 when we'll see it. Or just type in Super Smash Bros. 6 and you'll find the videos there. But yeah, I think we're going to get an announcement for Smash 6 maybe next year, and then I'll launch the following year. So maybe we get an announcement at the end of 2027, and then it launches in 2028. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if Smash Brothers came out next year, I wouldn't be surprised if it was announced at the beginning of the year and it came out at the end of the year. But I'm guessing that it's going to be announced at the end of the year next year and come out in 2020, like, beginning of the year in 2028. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know if Sakurai's hyped about the hardware. I think he's more hyped about maybe trying something new. You know, maybe trying something different for this Smash Brothers game. Also, thank you, Zoob, with the raid. He did a raid of 2. I didn't know you streamed, Zoob. Shoutouts, thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you to Zoob with the raid. Switch 2 version of RE9 is still charting in Japan while the PS5 phased out. I did hear about that, but more people bought the... Well, is it the top 30? I don't think the top 30. It's still in the top 30, though, right? But, oh, you mean like it's phased out of the top 10? Yeah, I mean, more people bought it on the PS5 first, so we'll see long-term how it goes. But, yeah. Let's see here. The problem with Smash next year is I really can't imagine a year of mainline Pokemon plus 3D Mario plus Smash. I can. You know why I can imagine that, Barkster? That sounds crazy. But the reason why I can imagine that is because Mr. Furukawa stated that the year 2 and year 3 are the most important years, are the most vital years. So I think that year 3, that's when you really hit like your super stride. You want to have, obviously you want to have your best at launch and all that. But year 3 is when you should be really hitting your super stride. With the Switch 2, we haven't gotten the big 3D Mario. We haven't gotten the Smash Brothers. We haven't gotten the big 3D Zelda yet and all that. So I do think that they want to have a massive year 3. I think they want to have a massive year 3s. But I do agree with you. Smash Brothers, Mario, and Pokemon all in the same year seems a bit too much. Seems a little bit too much. Could they do it? Sure. They could have Pokemon at the beginning of the year. They could have Mario in the middle of the year. And they could have Smash Bros. At the end of the year. That could happen. That can be a thing. But, once again, we have to wait and see. And yes, that seems like a lot. But Nintendo's going to need those big games. They're going to need those system sellers because there are still some some Japanese developers, not all of them, but some that are being weird with third-party stuff. And then Western developers are not going to support the Switch 2 like how maybe some people thought that they are. Now, are we going to get a lot more games? Absolutely. We've already been seeing that. There are going to be games. They're going to keep bringing games, whatever games they can bring. It's going to be much better than the Switch 1, but they're still going to treat Xbox and PlayStation as the top and what we're going to go there. And that's fine. And when the Series or the PS6 comes out and the Xbox Series 2 or Xbox Helix or whatever it's called, they're still gonna be like, okay, well that, you know, it can sell one copy a month and they'll be like that, you know? So I do think that Nintendo does have to bring more big guns and needs to, you know, just make sure that they have those, you know, make sure that they have those games ready. My schedule's been a mess, but as a rule, either I am live at 6 p.m. Pacific on the dot or I'm skipping the day. That has been how it goes for years. Nice. Good stuff, Zoo. Thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate that. It's 30 on the PS5. It's top 30 on the PS5, and version out is on out of the top 30. Oh, it's top 30, and the PS5 version is out of the top 30. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think more people are just buying it digital though. I think that's what it is, Elias. So people are just buying the game digital on PS5 because there's a lot of people that are getting digital PS5s, so it's not going to chart because most people buy digital PS5s now. So if you're buying a new PS5 in Japan, it's probably going to be all digital, and you're probably just going to buy it on the PSN store. So I think that's what's happening there, with it being out of the top 30 and all that. Whereas people still hold on to physical just a bit more, and of course the Switch 2 version sold less at the launch. So I think that's what's going on with Resident Evil. At the end of the day, it's Nintendo, and I can eat my words really quickly with this company. They are completely unpredictable and insane. Yeah, they are pretty unpredictable at times. So, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to see what's happening, you know, with their games and with what they do. I think it's going to be awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it quite a bit. As long as Capcom and Square Enix and AA JRPG companies release their games on Switch 2, I'm happy. Yeah, that's where I think for the most part, but Capcom, I'm interested to see Capcom because while I think that, yes, they're supporting now, I'm interested to see what they do when they decide to take it up the next notch to, like, let's say, you know, PS6 and Xbox Series or Xbox Helix, or let's just say next-gen Nextbox. I'm interested to see what they do because something tells me that they're going to say, well, I'll go with this, you know, and then maybe something else for Switch 2. What I would love for developers to do, honestly, is that, and I know they're not going to do this because game development is so in-depth, but man, in the Wii era, and even in like the DS era, a lot of developers just made unique games for Nintendo platforms. And I know, once again, they're not going to do that because that takes too much time, considering how advanced the graphics are, whereas before, like the Wii, you know, you can do it with the smaller team, with the DS, much smaller teams. But man, that'd be super cool. Like the Wii had so many unique games built specifically for it that were just weird third-party games. There was one game like you play as a scorpion. I think it's called Deadly Creatures. It's not an incredible game, but it's not a bad game. Like the Wii just had a lot of games like that. So I mean, if third parties did stuff like that, where they just made unique and interesting games built specifically for the Switch 2, I'd actually be more inclined to be excited about that because of the power of the Switch 2. A game like, let's just say Deadly Creatures was made in today's day, it'd be so much better. Like they'd be able to do so much more, and I think it wouldn't look as crusty, you know? So I'd be down if they did stuff like that on Switch 2, which once again, I don't think they're going to just because of development. But that'd be super cool if they actually built like, hey, we're going to build out a team of like 50 people. They make Switch 2 games and like they make cool, unique games, or they make, you know, offshoots of certain franchises. Now, I know everybody wouldn't like that because people want to see like, oh, I want Assassin's Creed Black Flag remastered or, you know, whatever, resynced. But man, it would be kind of cool if they just built like an Assassin's Creed game for the Switch 2 in particular, and said it's called this, you know? I think that'd be cool, but you know, they probably won't. Let's see here. Team Asano was basically doing that, but now they're multiplayer. Yeah, I do think that the difference with Team Asano is that they think about the Nintendo platforms first, and then they go from there. So you can still have a multi-platform game that builds a game specifically for Nintendo, then ports over. So a game like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, that was built for the Switch 1. They were thinking about Switch 1, and then they said, okay, we're gonna port it over to other platforms. That's why it runs at 1080p 60 on a Switch 1. You know, that's why it runs decently on a Switch 1. Is because they were thinking about the system in particular. I mean, obviously you want to put it multi-plat so it can have, you know, success, or as much success as it can get. But I think that games like that would be, it'd be cool if they did more stuff like that, you know. Genga Dragon seems to be fully canceled. Yeah, I heard that the YouTube channel disappeared, so that's unfortunate. So yeah. OJ, why are all studios doubling down on remakes? Because it's a guaranteed bet. It's a guaranteed, you know, like, oh, you know that you're gonna have a built-in fan base of people who like this. If you're Ubisoft, I mean, obviously you started planning Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake well before the Shadows, but if you're Ubisoft, this is an easy move to make, you know, an easy move to make, and that it's a good reviewed Assassin's Creed game, and people want it, you know, with modern tech. So Trails SC comes with an upgraded HD version of OG Trails FC for Asia, but not for the West because Xseed. Shoutouts, or not shoutouts to Xseed. Vargster says there's definitely a big pop-off coming in announcements. I looked at some of the original Switch Directs, and yes, they're missing the big topic games at this point, like Smash, but it will happen. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I mean, I got Fire Emblem at the last Nintendo Direct, and that's awesome for me. I know some people, it's obviously not the biggest game out there, but I love Fire Emblem, and I thought that was an incredible announcement, and that game's gonna be lit when it comes out. Mark my words, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is going to be a highly rated, incredible game. Mark my words. Mark. Tag it. It's happening. It's happening. Remake culture is too much. Maybe it is, but people like the games, so people are gonna want to see them come back. The only big publisher that doesn't do remakes is Sony, I think. Yeah, I know. Like the God of War remakes, like the Last of Us remake, they don't do remakes. Sony doesn't do them. But I mean, they do, but they don't. You know. The remasters. How about Shadow of the Colossus? That remake? They don't do them. But they remade that game too, though. They remade that game as well. How about the remasters? You know that they've done. They did multiple remasters. Like they did the God of War remasters. They did the remasters again of what's it called? Of like Sly Cooper and Jack with the PS3 stuff. But yeah, it's all good. Sony only does remakes of remakes. So Felipe just be saying stuff. Yeah, he just be saying stuff. He didn't think that one through. They remade The Last of Us Part 1. They remade, and then they also like super remastered The Last of Us Part 2. They like made The Last of Us Part 2, and they remade The Last of Us Part 1. And they also remastered The Last of Us Part 1. So they remastered they remade the remaster, and they also remastered the updated PS5 build of a update. Like, so like it'd be like what they did is like they took like Super Mario, like let's just say like the update for Super Mario Odyssey, they took that and then they also like remastered an update. That's what they remastered an update, you know, so there's also that. Oh my gosh. That's not a remake, sorry bro. No, it's definitely The Last of Us Part 1 is definitely a remake. No, it's definitely a remake. It is definitely a remake, but they absolutely remastered an update as well, like a PS5 update or like a next gen update. They remastered that. They also remade Demon Souls. Yes, that's true. They also remade Demon Souls as well. So yes, they did remake that. So yeah, to sit there and say Sony doesn't do remakes, that's a lie. But he said I think, so he wasn't. So. You know, I think ports and remasters are less cynical, but remakes, they do full remakes. They remade Shadow of the Colossus. They remade The Last of Us Part 1 as well. So, and they're also remaking God of War, the God of War trilogy. So they do remakes as well. They do them as well. See, The Last of Us is one of the most recycled games ever. It's literally the meme online. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, it's all good. It's all good though, man. It's all good. It is all good. Let's see, we're gonna get Super Smash Bros. Legends and Super Mario Titans soon for 2027. You know what? The Super Mario Titans, it's coming, man. It's coming. It's gonna be good. It's going to be really good. It's going to be super good. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. You got to get ready for that, man. You got to get ready for the remakes. You got to get ready for them. So, got to get ready for them. I think they also remade the original. I'm looking at this here. They also remade the original Ratchet and Clank, if I'm not correct. Somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong. I think they remade the original Ratchet and Clank on the PS4. They also remade that. I saw something else on here that says that. Yes, they also remade Medieval, the PS1 game. They remade that game in 2019. So it's like remade assets. There's also some remastered assets. They remade that. So there you go. There's also that when it comes to it. Yeah, of course, Shadow of the Colossus, they remade that too. Demon Souls, they remade that. So yeah, they do remakes as well. They do remakes. 2019 was a long time ago. Okay, no problem. No problem. So like, what is recent? Like, is The Last of Us Part 1, is that recent? They remade that, and they're remaking God of War in the future. So are those recent enough or not good enough? But no, they remake games. They remake games. They have plenty of remakes. Is 2022? Is that too long ago? So, I think Felipe thinks that we live in dog years or something like that. Like, oh, 2019? Oh my gosh. I was like 49 years ago. Oh my gosh. By the way, I don't have a problem with remakes. I don't have a problem with remakes at all. I really don't have a problem with remakes. I think remakes are fine for the most part. So I don't have a problem with them at all. Somebody said ammo for the 49ers. Let's see who do they pick? They don't have a pick. Did they trade their pick? They were supposed to be pick number. I think they were choosing 20 something, right? I don't see. Did they trade their pick? I think they traded their pick. I think they traded their pick. Because I don't see them on here. Yeah, they traded. Yeah, they traded their pick. I'm guessing they didn't feel like they needed to draft anybody. They already had a really good offseason. They already had a really good offseason. They got a lot of guys in the offseason. They signed and got a lot of guys in the offseason. I don't think they felt they needed anybody. What'd they get for their trade? Because I saw like the offensive tackle that was traded, the C. Lomu guy. Let's see. Is Ocarina of Time a remake or a remaster? It's more on the line of a remaster than it is a remake. I love remakes, but only for games that actually need it. LOL, not a remake of a remaster that's a few years old. Yeah. 49ers got Jimmy G. Nice. No, these are definitely not Ray-Ban glasses. No, Ray-Ban glasses are too expensive for me at least. These are just regular Amazon glasses. All traded back twice for more picks. How many picks do they have now at this point? How many picks do they have? 49ers. Okay, let me go on. Let me see. We'll do this before we end the stream today. Let me go on Coach Yak. Let me see. I know Coach Yak knows what he's talking about on Twitter. So Coach Yak says watching 3 hours of the NFL draft just to trade out of the first round. So okay, so 49ers draft picks after the trade. They have the pick 33 and pick 58. They also have a third round pick at 90. They have fourth round picks. They have pick 127, 133, and 139, plus they have a fifth round pick. So 49ers have traded with the Jets. The 49ers received the 33rd and the 79th pick. The Jets received the 30th pick. And I think the Jets took a receiver. So the Niners, they felt like they didn't really, like they felt that everybody that was on their board was going to be there. Like who they were thinking about picking, they felt that all those players were going to be there in the second round. So we can just get those players in the second round so we can get more value for the pick, because there's nobody that we really feel is worth it that's going to be here at this pick. Let's just trade back and get some more picks. Okay. So that makes sense. That makes sense, man. They still have a chance, man. They still have a chance to get some good players. Still have a chance to get some good edge rushers, good players, safeties. You can really do a lot of damage in that round. You got to remember too, some of the Niners' best players are in the 3rd, 4th, 5th. Like Brock Purdy, 7th round draft pick. Kittle, 5th round draft pick. Warner, 3rd round draft pick. Dre Greenlaw, I think 3rd or 5th, like one of the last pick, definitely like a mid-round pick. Some of their best players that are on the team are mid-round picks, or not first-round draft picks. Niners' first rounds have actually been terrible. The Niners' first-round draft picks have been awful in the past 6 years. Like they've been really bad. Like they have not had anybody that's really worked out in the first round. So I think it makes sense. Just if you just pick out of the first round, you can't mess the first round pick up. I think a remake of Super Paper Mario. Yeah, that'd be a good remake, like a remaster remake to have. Yeah. That'd be a good one. So. Facts. In the NFL, teams can get great players in later. Oh yeah, Niners have always get incredible players in later round picks. So I don't have a problem with them picking out the first round. I mean, this draft is good, but this draft, like it's really top heavy. There's a lot of guys. It's like you see like the Mendozas, you see like the Sonny Styles. There's a lot of guys that were really good up there. The one thing that shocked me was that pick at 13 with the Rams. That one was a shocker. Like Rams, I think the Rams, they have a Super Bowl team now, so they don't have to get anybody. They're good. But that was a shocker, man. They really could have got somebody really good. They could have got somebody really good at that 13th pick. Like if the Niners were picking 13, I don't think they trade back. I don't think they trade back at all, you know? They could have got some really, really good players. Yeah, I mean, at 13, they could have got... You had the offensive tackle from Penn State. You had him. You had Bane. You had the edge rusher Bane. You could have got Bane. I mean, they have some good edge rushers already. They have Verse, and they already have guys. But you could have added another one. You got the tight end. That dynamic tight end from Oregon went to the Jets. The Sadiq kid who runs like a 4.3, 6 foot something. B. Miller, the tackle. Like there's a DT. You have C. Banks. There's some good players. You could have got the wide receiver from USC, M. Lemon. I'm looking at the thing here. I've seen a lot of these guys flash. There's safeties, there's tackles, there's edges, there's CBs. There's all sorts of great players that they could have got at 13, and they picked a quarterback that might not be ready for two years. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see how long Stafford's there. We'll see how long he's there. That is the shocking pick to me, at least. Yeah, there's so many good players. You know, I mean, obviously none of these players, like, I don't think any of these players are going to be like, oh my God, Hall of Fame, you know, but there's still a lot of really good players. Like, there's still like I said, there's this Reuben Bain Jr. kid, 6'3", 275, blazing fast, big and fast. You could have got him, and I know they already have guys, but oh man, like, do you really give up on it? Like, You really not take an edge rusher like that? You can put him in on like put him like a speed down, like a third down, second and third down passing. You put Verse, you put Bane, and you put that other guy that they have in there. You put them all in and just flex them out and just rush the quarterback. Like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I would have taken Bane. I think you just take Bane and you just say, yo, like, just fit him in, you know, just fit him in somewhere within, within that. So I don't know, man. So I don't know, dude, but it is what it is. So, gonna trade him for Joe Burrow. Stafford? Who are you gonna trade for Joe Burrow? Who are you gonna trade for Joe Burrow? I don't know, man. Let's see here. The new QB. You're gonna have to trade way more than that new QB for Burt. No, you're not gonna get that, bro. You ain't gonna get that. But all right, guys, we are gonna wrap it up here. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming out to today's stream. We're gonna have a stream tomorrow, but it's probably going to be earlier in the morning for JoJo Friday, or no stream at all. Like, if I can fit it in, I'll try to get you guys a stream like morning or afternoon, but it's going to be earlier than what we usually do, just because I have some stuff that I got to do, work and other things that I got to do. Your boy's always working, work and other things. So check out my most recent video. It's kind of getting buried in the algorithm right now. So check out my video on Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I think it's a good video. So if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. I think it's a fun video. Here's the vid. It would be really awesome to help kind of boost things in the algorithm a little bit, because I think it got just kind of buried in the algorithm. So if you haven't seen it, I'd love for you guys to go check it out, man. Just head over to the video. There's the link. It's in the chat. Also, Twitch peeps. There's not many people on Twitch, but if you're on Twitch, please check out my most recent video on Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and also other Switch 2 news. There's other big Switch 2 news that dropped as well. So go check out that video and enjoy it, of course. Enjoy it. I think it's a good video. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Shout outs to the Anonymous. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you. Thank you for the big dono. And thank you to everybody that dropped support today, man. It was crazy. Even without that, like I said, we still hit pretty much a platinum and a half, even without that. So thank you guys so much, man. You guys are always goated. And I never played this, but we got to play it right now. Let me play it real quick, the limit break. We got to play it. I don't think I did. Multiple times. That is a very high end. So thank you guys so much for being awesome. Thank you guys for being incredible. You guys are goated. Shout outs to everybody that dropped support. You guys continue to support this channel like crazy. And like I said, I'm going to continue working every single day, man. Every day I'm going to keep working for you guys till I can't do it anymore. So that's how I'm going to show my appreciation, is streaming and making content. And no matter what, no matter how little or how much we have, we out here. And we out here doing the best that we can. Every day you come here with renewed passion and vigor and happiness, you know, and just being, like I said, like, no matter what happens to me, man, as long as I'm alive and as long as I'm here, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to try to put a smile on you guys' faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what happens. I can be in the worst mood. Trust me, before this stream today, I was dead tired, man. I was sleeping. I was like, I got to get up. And I'm like, no, I have to get up. Because I was so tired, because I was editing last night and doing a bunch of work for other stuff. So I was dead tired. But I woke my butt up, and I got here, and we got it done. So I want to say thank you. You guys give me the energy and passion to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And you guys have helped me so much. So I appreciate everybody here. Seriously, everybody here that's watching. Appreciate it. But please head over to my video. Check out my most recent video on Yoshi. And yes, you heard Skies of Arcadia earlier, but we were just talking about it. Just like there's nothing that's happening. We were just talking about when it comes to some of the ship battles. So all right, guys, love y'all. Appreciate that. I'm glad I can get you guys through work and everything. Shout outs to Varkster, multiple donos today, man. I appreciate you. Check out my most recent video. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, my time. I don't know when I'm going to stream, but I'm probably going to go to sleep early today so I can wake up and start working and editing and getting stuff ready. So, because I got work, I got a lot of work tomorrow. I got multiple jobs to do. I got multiple places to be. So, like I said, we're going to stream. We might have a video. We might not have a video. I don't know. We might have a video. We might not have a video. So, we'll wait and see on that. So, all right, guys. Love y'all. We'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out.